Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Tuesday. If you are otherwise unaware or watching this many months or years into the future, first thing I want you to do, if it's not 2021, is comment below with the month and year.
And take a drink of water.
And hydro brain.
And touch your toes.
Something. Anyways, if you're unaware, we are on the eve of the first true blue in-person competitive season for the Flesh and Blood TCG here in the United States. We have the Road to Nationals events happening starting soon. I think that's like next weekend is the first one.
What are you telling me? I already know all this.
And then I'm telling people at home they might be watching a year from now and wondering why we're, playing heroes we're bad with.
Sorry, I'm adjusting the volume. How's that? Is that all right, everybody?
Sounds great to me.
I mean, man, look, we're just like we're at broadcast levels. We're like those famous YouTubers, where they're screaming at you.
The influencers.
Am I an influencer yet?
Anyways,
yeah, competitive season's here, and it's all getting really serious.
That's right. And then we're going to Vegas in September to play in the first U.S. The Calling event. And so we thought we'd run through Gauntlet stuff. So this Bravo deck is mostly similar. I think his name's Kale. There's someone who's really good with Bravo that I watched play. And
that actually sounds very familiar. Kale?
Maybe.
There's a Callum floating around, but I think that's the developer.
And then there's a Dorinthia deck we have here that is...
Caleb?
Maybe Caleb? I think
just
it's
watched
something
different. Caleb was playing something.
Yeah, Kale.
There you go.
I think that's how you say that.
Also very good for you, if you massage it for about 10 minutes with some olive oil, get that sweetness out, break those sugars up, you can enjoy something that's quite nice.
And Jim says, you guys are influencers. Influence me to spend some money on Fab. You know what I mean? Well, hey, I don't feel bad about it. It's a phenomenal game and a great publisher.
Not to mention the company you're supporting.
This, us.
Yeah, that's right. These guys are great, too.
The Dorinthia deck was actually a 7th place finishing deck at the ProQuest at the New Zealand Calling like a month or two back, right after Monarch came out. There's a lot of different iterations on Dorinthia. She's just the kitchen fridge and sink and...
Oh, no, it's organized. Is this all 80 or what, 75? Or is
no,
there's
like
sideboard?
62. I organized the blues to make sure it was the right deck that I was referencing. And it was.
So do you need to cut 2 cards before we play?
You can.
I can play 62 like an idiot. Hey, all right, check this out. Let's dive right into this. This is all on my mind. Can we talk about Dorinthia? Dorinthia just pantses me all the time, so we're going to get over it. We're going to get through it.
We've been playing test games with Dorinthia. Like we played last night after we streamed. Did the hard work required.
Here's what's going to happen. We're gonna create the best video about how to understand Dorinthia.
Are we?
We're doing it right this second, and I'm going to show everything that's going on.
Meanwhile, I'm here just for the
I'm
to
Zach.
be funny.
Yeah.
Or not funny, which is funny in its own right.
We laid it out last night.
What up, Alex?
Is Alex in there? So Alex and I were talking last night privately.
You guys get to dangerous territory because you're both Azalea.
Yeah.
People. First week of our online Fab League.
Angst.
So we have a Discord league on Tuesday nights.
It's just constant
Flesh and
angst.
Blood, 8 p.m. Central Time. You can check that out. It's the Discord league subscription on our website. First game, I get paired against Alex.
Yeah.
After months of being subjected to you as my only opponent for Flesh and Blood primarily.
Many people have fallen to the same fate.
And he's playing Azalea.
Of course.
And then I knew.
Yeah, and you got wrecked, right?
He did. He dumped on me. Just threw me right in the garbage.
Did he? Yeah, he just beat you.
I forget.
Beat you bad, huh?
I forget who I was even playing.
I don't believe that for a second. What were you playing at the time?
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember what deck I was playing.
Guardian, probably?
But I remember just getting dunked on. Actually,
he really did. He really did beat you.
I did get dunked on. I think he made a mistake in the middle of the game that made the game close. But, he was way ahead. I seem to remember. Anyways, I just know that he's an Azalea. After that, in my brain, there was this, indention. It was oh, Alex is an Azalea player. And then I see you guys talking about it all the time. So you were talking privately. Tell me more.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. But now we're, starting to talk about traps that might work for certain matchups. And it's
Alex,
we're on the deep end here.
I was playing Viscera.
Okay.
And I was on the Mega Ascendancy version of the deck.
Okay.
And he was running Feign Death.
Oh,
so he got me in the middle of the game with the Feign Death, and it just shut that train right down.
Feign Death can do it. I've been thinking about it with Dorinthia, but the more I think about it, the more I don't like it. Which is true for almost every Ranger card, comes to find out. Okay, let's go top down here. that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, get my little box up here. All right, here we are at the lab, the session. All right, so there's a couple of things that I think are really important to know here.
Ryan Roper says he's all in on Dorinthia right now. Pretty sure he's going to play her at the Calling.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great choice.
Ryan, you're from Vegas, right?
He seems like a Vegas guy.
Pete asking if we've tested against Dash at all. Mech seems like a class we don't talk about much. I actually bought, that's the only class back like almost a year ago that I didn't buy enough of singles to have a full collection of because neither of us were really interested in it.
To say it lightly, we have zero interest in Dash.
There's a negative interest in it.
Yeah.
Like it goes beyond just not interested. Meanwhile, iGerman wants to know, do we want to become famous?
I wouldn't mind it if it was free.
Anyways, so I recently went back and acquired all the cards that I didn't get back then so that I could, because I built these gauntlet decks, so that I could build Dash. She's also apparently really good against Bravo, so it makes me even less inclined. I hate that fact.
Let's just not even show her, because then people won't play her, I'm sure, right? All right, let's talk about Dorinthia. Ready for this?
You told me this was going to be the greatest Dorinthia video on the internet.
That's right.
So, woo me.
We're making it now. Okay, I got to get Glint, too. So there's really... The good thing about Dorinthia, particularly Dorinthia in like a Swiss format, etc. environment, is that...
This is amazing. Like Gunner says, I just joined the stream and I heard, you're from Vegas, aren't you? And he's like, yes, I am, nervously. Hilarious. It was good.
I think the thing about Dorinthia is that the good thing about it is that it's not usually unpredictable. It's essentially like a logic tree that you can essentially play against yourself. Like you can test against Dorinthia pretty well with no one else around because there's very, very strictly correct lines for her to take. Now, once you get past average to better than average Swiss performance Dorinthia, you're going to get into some weird tech stuff that I have no idea about. And I'm sure there's some of that floating around, the one of this or the two of that prevents this kind of linear thing from being so obvious.
With a lot of decks that I played in previous games, that this feels like the case, where it does feel very linear. A lot of times, knowing those rules that create the linear stuff and when it makes sense to break them is what makes people good with those decks.
That's right.
So it's not that this is 100% of what you do every time.
Well, exactly. And the other thing is, once you get to a certain level of play where both players know the lines of both players, then it's really more like poker in that
it's like game theory.
Do you have it or not?
Yeah.
And so you try to read them, you try to figure out the energy of the table. When they pitch the red card, does that mean they don't have a blue card in hand? Those kinds of things start to pop off. So here's the important thing to note, I think, about Dorinthia. There's really three mainline openings. What are you looking at? You scared about something?
It's like shadowy from One Direction for some reason. Over from there for some reason.
From here?
I don't know. Doesn't the top,
like
when you put your hands out, other hand.
These healing hands?
I don't know.
This? Like this right here? This here?
Does it look dark?
Bixby?
I can't tell. There's too many lights in my eye.
I can turn the brightness up. I don't know. This room. Sorry, I swear this room changes by every day.
Yeah, I didn't mean to sideline your conversation.
That's all right. I have it deep in my brain. There's nothing that will get me away from it. Okay. 3 classic openings for Dorinthia, all of which give Dorinthia go again. And we can put the Yellow Warrior's Valor in here, which seems like a slight bit of tech.
Puck says not dark, so we're good.
Not dark.
Okay, so this gives your stuff go again.
These are the 3 things that you're going to see all the time. Warrior's Valor into Dawnblade, hit and run into Dawnblade, Spoils of War into Dawnblade. This is what Dorinthia wants to do. Mm-hmm. The reason Dorinthia wants to do this, you might not be surprised, is that it guarantees that you have go again, presumably for the second sword swing. Now, here's the problem. Dorinthia can't get that second sword swing if you don't hit the attack. That's important to remember. It's very easy to think like, Dorinthia all the time is doing X, Y, and Z, and I can't stop it.
Her hero ability is when you hit, you can trigger to be able to swing with the once per turn weapon a second time.
That's correct. However, the movement from these lines, these are all 5 and 6 damage lines. Hit and run is the weakest of them, but it's also free. So you can play it off of your all red hand, which you do find sometimes. So the other branch of this is what Dorinthia is asking. If you don't cover this attack up, then I'm going to get an easy second Dawnblade swing and threaten a token, which you then have to cover up. Have to.
Yeah, so you may as well cover up the first one.
You may as well cover the first one. Now, of course, Dorinthia's card pool in all of these attack reactions is saying if you try to cover this up, these cards all get better. And I've got a ton of reactions. These are all my attack reactions.
That's technically an action, though, right?
These are things like Stroke of Foresight, Out for Blood, Overpower. It's less used on the regular, but the same idea. Really, what you're trying to avoid, Singing Steelblade into anything. So bad because it gets you over. Like if you're on a 6 Warrior's Valor Dawnblade, Singing Steelblade can get you to 7 plus 3 from the reaction. So then you're at 10. So even if you cover it up with 3 cards from hand, they can get out of it with Singing Steelblade.
Yeah, which is gross.
Very bad. So this is one of their outs.
And you're down 3 cards.
It's so bad. So this is one of their outs, is just basically play an attack reaction that changes the math in their favor. And so they still get the result they were after, and you lost a bunch of cards. The second out is going to be wherever Twinning is. It doesn't look like this most of the time. This is a promo that we've got.
Yeah, alt art. Hand alt arted by me.
It's one of those weird ones. They actually printed the front on the back. So you can see the nice card back.
You know, if you squint hard enough, it says Timmy.
It's like a label maker somebody at the manufacturing studio decided to put on that. So this is a way for you to cover up. Let's say you cover up 9. If I have this card, I let you cover up 9. I Twinning. I already have Go Again, so I can hit with this weapon again, and I'm back to second swing. But you have 3 less cards.
Yeah. Problems.
Other outs. We have another, and I haven't seen as many of these promos, but this is
very rare.
Did you buy these? How much you spend on these?
If anyone wants these alt arts, you can contact me, and I will,
wow,
for a small fee, make them for you.
Very impressive. Other outs. We have standard attacks, which a lot of people are running now. Nourishing Emptiness and or Command and Conquer off of a similar problem. You still have the Go Again. You can't swing with the sword again, but now you can go into a 6 damage attack instead.
Which is actually worse.
It's really bad. And here's the other thing. So let's look at how the math actually works out on this. So if we pitch a blue, let's say we got 3 resources floating. Let's get our fancy tokens here.
And before you ask,
coming soon.
These tokens are so close to being available for purchase, it'll make your head spin.
It would make your head spin were you fully aware of it. So if you've got 3 resources here, and let's do your standard Warrior's Valor Dawnblade for 2.
Okay, so now we're at 6. If it hits, Go Again.
You got 1 floating. So this 1 floating actually is problematic for a lot of reasons. But that opens up Singing Steelblade in any of these attack reactions on the top 3. Stroke of Foresight, Out for Blood, Singing Steelblade into... Does this guy run the 0 for 3? Ironsong response. Yeah, because he's not a fool. So basically, these 4 cards are currently available as attack reactions that take them to 9 or 10 with Steelblade. So if they have any of these, you have to have blocked with 3 cards to prevent the inevitable from happening. Okay. However, if we're looking at, let's say, Hit and Run Dawnblade, that means we gain a resource. So a lot of times, the Hit and Run Dawnblade turn means that they're gunning for the 2 Command and Conquer Nourishing. Yeah. That is a great play for them. Zach, that is off of 1 pitch, 1 card, 3 cards. They can do this. 3 cards, they can do this. Crazy.
And the obvious problem is if you don't block this first one, then they don't even have to waste this yet.
They don't have to do anything with it.
Unless they want to.
Just swing with Dawnblade again.
Just swing again.
Yeah, probably swing again. So, your standard openings, Hit and Run Dawnblade, you got to watch out for that 2-cost attack. You have to look at how many cards are in hand. Warrior's Valor Dawnblade, this is a bigger... If you block this entirely, they don't get to swing again. They don't have Go Again. They don't... This one is one that you... If you're going to go for the moon, I feel like this is the one that you need to be going for the moon on. Then you have Spoils of War Dawnblade, and that's when we quit the game. This is how this happened in Crucible of War. I don't quite understand it, but here it is. So this is 5 damage. Spoils of War into Dawnblade.
I mean, it's not super different than Warrior's Valor, except for it's guaranteed Go Again.
That's super different. Not super different, but that is extremely different.
So you get 1 less attack, but you have a guaranteed Go Again.
Yeah, and the 1 less attack doesn't matter. because it's 3 cards out of hand or 3 cards out of hand. It's 8 or 9, right? So it doesn't matter. So this is a problem. I really don't know, like anything else, I really don't know what to do in this situation. At your worst, you're blocking with 2 cards to try to cover this up and take the Dawn Blade away from them. But 1 attack reaction, and they're back up to 8. So you really have to block this with 3 cards. Even if you just do that, they pitch, play, spoil, swing with Dawn Blade. You block with 3 cards, you've got 1 card left in your hand. Some classes you're going to pitch, swing with a weapon, and go back to the next turn. Now they've got 4 to 5 cards in hand. 1 in the arsenal, 4 in the hand. Now this is even worse if they do it again.
Yeah.
This is even worse if they do it again, etc. So you say to yourself, well, okay, what am I supposed to do about this then? And that's basically where I am. Yeah, that's kind of I don't have an answer for that. Sorry.
The greatest warrior video on the planet.
Set that up.
Lead you here.
Let's talk about one more thing that happens.
I have answers. Let's get there.
You've got answers. One more thing that happens, and you'll see this, and this is the one that you want to see, is the Naked Dawn Blade.
Swing for 3.
Swing for the Naked Dawn Blade. We got 2.
Pitch a blue, 2 floating.
We're going to swing for 3. You don't ever touch this. There's not a turn in the game where you touch this.
Yeah, and here's why. Here's a good lesson. Let's say I grab a random Bravo card, this red Blessing of Deliverance, and I'm like, all right, we're going to cover it up. You know what? In fact, I'm going to throw the Showtime in there.
Just leave the tournament at that point. You're DQ'd for not knowing how to play against Dorinthia.
We'll block for 6, right? Here's exactly what happens. I swear, every time. They're like, oh, Glint the Quicksilver. It gets to go again. I'm going to draw a card. Yeah. So you draw a card. And then they're like,
Command and Conquer.
Boom, 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 boom. They either pump this to 7. Problem. Because now they hit and they're going to go again and it's just garbage. Or they drop one of these on you.
Yeah.
You're down 2 cards. You have a Command and Conquer coming at you. It's like your other choice is now use your other 2 cards or take 6, lose your arsenal. Or take 3, lose your arsenal, 1 card hand. These are problems.
Yeah. The reason I like not touching the Dawn Blade is because there's only 2 ways that they can get go again from this position. They have to have 1 of these cards, 1 glint. So there's only 3 in the deck. Otherwise, they can't go again. Unless they're playing like time snaps and stuff. Or they've got to crack their bolters. And this is usually one of these things has to be in their hand for them to have play off of this.
Yeah.
But here's the other problem. The problem is it's really not an all or nothing reprise reality for Dorinthia. Because when I was looking at chaining Red in the Ledger against Dorinthia to keep her on 1 action, what that actually most of the time looks like is swing with Dawn Blade, because I can't take additional actions, +3, +3.
Yeah.
You just took 9. So I think a lot of people also get trapped in thinking that if I don't block, they can't do attack reactions. The reality is they can probably get it to 6 or 9, and you just take it to the face.
And I think a lot of Dorinthia players, this is where you get to the good jazz. Because a lot of times, for me, when I've been playing this deck recently, you want to swing twice if you can. And so I think there's also turns where you just swing with the Naked Dawn Blade with like 1 or 2 tokens. Like if you get a token on it,
yeah,
it's like swing for 4. I dare you. I dare you to like jump in on this. Obviously, you're threatening Glint, but more importantly, it's like if you can just pump to something they can't block, or you have route.
Yeah, route, overpower, those kinds of things.
Sometimes just sinking in 10 damage and not losing your token is the right way to play that hand.
Technically, do that for the rest of the game.
Yeah. So you just have to hit once to not lose your tokens.
That's where we get into the kind of the final piece of the Dorinthia problem, which is Supremacy.
Ooh, that card is so good. It's so good. It's so good. I've been playing Dorian. Every time I see that card, my heart beats an extra time.
Yeah. So this just basically is a 3-of in the deck that gives Dorinthia the opportunity to explode into like a ninja-like turn or a mid-level chain turn or whatever. You're looking at, this can get weird. This can go to like 20 plus damage, depending on if they have the 5-card hand with the Supremacy, which people will play for. It can get really, really bad for you.
And sometimes 6 when you hit Notion Emptiness.
Yeah.
So I had a turn yesterday where I played this, pumped enough to hit the first time, and you heavily blocked it.
Yeah, I think...
And that let me draw.
Yeah.
And I also had Glint in hand, I think.
Yeah.
So I got a draw and a go again. And then I ended up hitting the sword twice, getting the token, and sending a Command and Conquer.
Yeah, it was that second hit and run. I think that's what it was. It was basically
hit and run in the middle for +3 and go again.
+3 and go again into a nourishing,
and the card draw, and then I Command and Conquered. It was just gross.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing is, there's not really a like crazy good strategy for dealing with this.
So I think for me currently, and I am by no means, I was not promising the greatest warrior video of all time before we started. Just I'm gonna go on record. But
I'm in marketing.
The way I approach, that's right. We should retitle the video, the greatest warrior video of all time. They still talk about it to this day. So to me, it's about there's a handful of things you don't do. There's like guidelines when you're playing against Dorinthia.
Yeah, don't do it wrong, step 1.
And then you just hope it works out, right?
Yeah,
so
it does seem that way.
And you have to understand, I think, what your class brings to the table that you can do to get around her, basically. You can't stop her. She's going to do what she's going to do. There's not like I'm trying to think of, there's certain things you can do against other heroes that like kind of shut them down.
Yeah, like counters, if you will.
I don't think that's this, right? Like, as an example, when I'm playing Bravo against Chain, I really want to hit a Spinal Crush and just remove Go Again for a turn. Mm-hmm. And, like, that can, like, just...
And you want to hit that Crippling Crush at about 4 to 5 shackles.
To discard the cards, and they don't have the resources, and it's random. So there's things you can do, but, like, it's so hard to actually successfully do that against Dorinthia.
Yeah.
So, as an example, you gave one of the best pieces of advice imaginable that I don't think a lot of people really... It goes against the fundamental math of the game, which is like if someone's swinging a 3 damage sword at me, and I have a 3 block card in my hand that I'm not going to use on my turn. Your instinct is like block for 3.
Don't do it.
But you literally, I think as a rule, I can't imagine a time where you actually block just a plain Dawnblade. No token, no modifier, no go again. It's like you got to prove it.
Yeah.
You got to prove that you can somehow do it.
Because we have found, just in doing the test draws on these various decks, Dorinthia doesn't have the right pieces every time. And that's definitely true. Sometimes, you've got the naked Dawnblade swing, but you don't have the Glen in hand. So now I've got to waste my bolters. That happens again. Then I can't, like any hand, let's say I have a couple of attack reactions. Let's say I draw like a Singing Steelblade, Ironsong Response, and an Overpower. And a blue, let's say just a random, like an Energy Potion, which is weird. Like this hand, you're going to swing Naked Dawnblade on this hand, and it's going to look like, well, they got the Glen, of course, or something, but they don't.
Yeah.
And the best they can do is maybe, get +1 with a Singing Steelblade, which they're not going to play if you're not reprising. Yeah. And then the Overpower for +4 is like, well, if you got the money, I suppose you could go 7 on a hit.
Yeah,
but you can
quickly see if you did block, Singing Steelblade suddenly lets him go get Glint to get go again and draw a card and go again.
Yeah.
You
just lost.
To go get anything, or just Glint in hand if you block means they get to draw a card, which means they might draw into whatever they need to go over, and they get go again. So taking the 3, now it gets tough because the moment they get a counter, taking the 4. Not only is 4 damage, but it also means they keep the counter.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets really tempting to be like, a block for 9.
Yeah.
And then it really comes down to like, basically choosing your moments for me, which is you do your best to not let them hit the second attack.
Yeah.
If they just swing with us and you don't block, and they somehow get another, like, keep going, bolters, glint, whatever happens here, and they're swinging this, stopping the token from going on in the first place is suddenly very interesting. But you have to understand how much you actually need to either overblock, or this is the other piece of the strategy, which is the defense reactions. And how successful this is, I'm still questioning myself. Mm-hmm. But the reality of, and I was doing this a little bit yesterday, where, I might block this for 3. Assuming you can pump for 3, most of your pumps from hand are going to be 3. And you have to pump 6 to get past my inevitable defense reaction. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to defense react until they put the thing in. The best version of that is actually defense reaction Arsenal. They do this. You block from Arsenal and not from hand, so you still cover up the 3 or 4 and don't give them the reprise.
Yeah, I mean, classic answers are like Soch Response or Unmovable from Arsenal is what people will cite often. You lose one card from hand, you pull that out of your arsenal. They've got to react over the top twice, and they don't get any reprise triggers. So it's just not a good situation for them. I think the issue though with Dorinthia is like you can say don't let him get the token. There's no way to know if they can get the token or not. And I think if you spend your entire your entire game plan dropping in 2 to 3 cards and hoping that they don't have the attack reactions, you're also not doing anything on your turn.
Sure.
So there's a moment where you're like, well, I'll just let him have the token and take 6 or take 9. And then it's like, okay, and then I do 9 to 12 in return. And what if they just take that? Now, the thing is, Dorinthia is so crazy consistent, but she also is kind of the best racing hero in the game because all of her cards block for 3, so her defense is super strong.
Her armor's insane.
Armor's crazy. I don't understand how she has that much armor. But then also, if you race her, it's not quite exponential, it's linear, but it's essentially every turn you're gaining doubles. Yeah. So like it starts out, you take 6, and then you take 8, and then you take 10. And 4 turns, you've taken 36 damage.
Yeah.
So there's not really a conceivable way where you're going to win that race, especially when she can do those kinds of things with like 3 cards. Sometimes 2 cards is weird, but there's like some weird plays there.
But I think that's where, and another clutch card, by the way, is Courage, a blade hold.
Yeah.
So that's a turn where she gets to swing her swords for free, and that's inevitably the turn they play Steelblade Supremacy.
Yeah.
And then
tends to happen.
Then they have a bunch of reactions, and it's hard. But the thing I was going to say is, like, you essentially, to me, when you're swinging here without some of the other stuff already going on, because, like, inevitably, these things that you had, is this one the right stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all the go against stuff, yeah.
So these 3 cost you a resource, and the swing costs a resource.
Yeah.
So you have to play this, pitch presumably a blue, and you have 1 resource floating, you're 2 cards in. So you've only got 2 cards left. And to swing the sword a second time is that 3rd resource.
You need a 3rd resource, yeah.
So a lot of the reactions, even these ones you have here, right? It's like cost 1, that's free, of course. Mm-hmm. Cost 1 here. Cost 2 for route.
1/1.
So most of them at least cost a resource. So the reality is, and this is kind of the thing for me, if they do one of these things and swing with even the first blade, it's like a lot of times I will take that hit because it's like 6 or whatever it ends up being, or 5 sometimes. And then if you go into the second attack, it's like the amount of out of control it can suddenly get.
Yeah, just not enough money.
Isn't as awful. And the second attack at that point is coming in for 3. So now they're not at this initial bonus. So then covering up for 6, as an example, means you're going to have to be able to get +6 to actually get the token. Mm-hmm. And I still have a 2-card hand.
Yeah, I just wonder if you can take 6 and have 2-card hands and win.
Well, so like as an example, and we'll probably play this match.
Let's play it right now.
Like I have Bravo. So with a 2-card hand, he should be able to generate a Sarge and swing for 6.
Okay.
And then she either has to take 6 or have less of a hand.
Yeah, he's uniquely positioned to do very well against Dorinthia.
Well, let's see.
But also, the interesting thing about that is pitch blue, Warrior's Valor, swing Dawnblade is 2 cards. So she's doing 6 in that way with 2 cards in her hand.
Yeah.
So if she has that 3rd card sitting there and doesn't use it, that goes to Arsenal. So now she's on a 3-card hand, even if she blocks both of the hammer's 6 attack. So it's like the fundamental math on Dorinthia drives me crazy all of the time because I really don't understand. It's like a burn deck. It's exactly like a burn deck. They hold all of the options, and you basically try to make it as hard as possible for them to do what they want to do, knowing nothing about what's in their hand. So they don't have to commit any resources to anything until they see what you've done, which is, that's just always going to be hard to beat. That's why it does well all the time. And we've seen that over and over and over. So let's just play it out. Let's see what we learn.
I got to cut for sideboard purposes.
But there's only 5 plays. The thing is, we know them.
Yep.
And that's only like half of it, Knowing them is cool.
Actually doing something.
But I still don't know what to do about it.
Yeah,
I've heard all sorts of theories, and people have ideas about things.
Bravo also has some fun answers to this.
Yeah, Bravo. Well, Bravo's still the most successful hero in Flesh and Blood. 3 victories in the Hall of Heroes.
That's right. I think some of those came in the sealed draft days.
Did they? Probably because he can give Dominate to anything. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, 20 health.
Do you have that promo Arcanite Skullcap?
Yeah, let me grab it. Hold on.
I may have one. In fact, I mean, I could maybe whip one up for myself real quick. I think there might be one in there that in their singles or something I could buy.
Jared asking says, new to the game, is Dorinthia the best at the moment? I don't know if she's the best, but she's really good.
It's still very much settling out. Chain might be able to race her. Ninja might be able to race her with a couple of important blocking moments. Maybe? I don't know. We'll have to run the simulation for sure. So 62 cards here?
Yeah, that's what was on the list.
I don't think I'm running Shunt in this. Well, I guess you do have all that Dominate and stuff. So that's kind of the point, I reckon. So I need to cut 2. I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan of the double. Is he played 2 Nourishing in this? Or 3?
I don't know.
I hope it's not 3. I've had that one in my hand later in the game. Man, Still Blade Shunt. Is that really a 1 for 6? Oof. Usually don't want to play that unless I'm on Tunic, but here we go. Did this list sideboard Tunic? Do you know anything about it?
I don't know anything about it.
Just these cards?
I can pull it up again.
So I think he's on 2 and 2 between CNC and Nourishing.
Yep, it's sideboarded Tunic.
Yeah. So usually, man, against Guardian, I might Tunic with all of our attack or defense reactions.
I'm just trying to think.
I am gonna do that. I am gonna do that. I think with your Dominate, having a Tunic Steel Blade Shunt option is gonna be really strong. Yeah, I just don't know what to cut in these. Isn't that always the case?
Yep.
Just don't know. I just don't know. I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to cut this energy potion. It's always so scary. The card doesn't block.
Sure doesn't.
It doesn't, does it? Every time you look at it, you're like, well, that one isn't blocking. Okay. Deck is built. We'll do one without Tunic and one with Tunic. I'll go ahead and grab my Azalea Tunic, lend it out to Dorinthia.
It's on loan.
Skullcap? You want me to make one?
No, I'll get it for you.
You wouldn't believe how fast I can make a Skullcap.
I maybe would believe.
There it is. Problem solved. Everyone knows the upside down Iron Rod Helmet is actually an Arcanized Skullcap. Many metas the world over have discovered this as well.
If you just flip it upside down, there it is.
If you flip it upside down, you wouldn't believe what happens. These 5 tricks take your Flesh and Blood equipment to the next level. James White doesn't want you to know these 5 tricks. How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing well.
I said everybody, not you. You guys doing okay? This game's crazy. I've never been. I don't think I've ever been as invested
In a game?
Yeah, even Netrunner. I wasn't able. You know why this game is so good from the time investment standpoint?
Tell me more.
It's because that game outside the game thing. It's that so much of it is building your engine, absent of your opponent being there at all. You look at your 4-card hand. Does it have the resources I need to do the things that I want to do, etc.? I draw a new hand. Does it have what I need to do? And I can do that until I'm out of deck.
Or dead.
Game like Netrunner is necessarily tied to what your opponent is doing every turn. Like I can't evaluate my noise deck without a corp putting ice in places and doing certain things, you know?
That's true.
So you have to design an engine that works of itself first, and then you smash it into your opponents who've done the same thing, and then you adapt slightly to try to make sure that your game plan can actually work in a real world environment. But there's so much you can do with this game without anybody else being around.
I do think it's
That's all.
fascinating, though, that you can change how you're playing that same deck, and it totally changes the outcome.
You can change. The Dorinthia is a good test case in that. It's like you can play against Dorinthia one way and then another way and be like, oh, I was doing this wrong. Okay.
Ready to party?
Now the worst, Dorinthia's problems
You get your health bar.
are an inconsistency. You draw that all red hand.
Which happens more than you want.
It does. I just wish that there was a blinking light over their head when it happened. So that you could be like, okay, yeah, now I know what I'm doing now. It's like they have no reactions. All right, block.
This is the time.
And so some people will claim that you can just not block.
Even.
I don't think that's true.
That's what I did with Bolton. Worked out. He can outrace her.
Yeah. Little Wargun Warrior.
Because she tokens up, but he is mid-game,
His Lumina, like 30 plus, is...
and she can't just not block it, and then he gets the tempo.
Yeah. I can see that.
Ryan says, I believe that's cheating, Steven. I don't know what he's talking about.
The red light over the hand?
You run the roll, so you want to go first or second?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't actually thought about Dorinthia in like a I care about it way. I don't want you to go first. I know that.
Correct.
So,
Absolutely.
Bravo has Dominate on his character card. Don't go first. No, Dorinthia going first is phenomenal. I remember that from yesterday even. It's just like swing and then like what? Do you block with your whole hand? Sure.
Yeah, it's gross.
Are you cool enough yet to shuffle your opponent's deck at a tournament?
I never do that.
Yeah, I would never do that either.
And especially with the value of these cards. It's fine if you want to shuffle my deck, I get it, but...
It's like a magic thing. Would you ever do it, if somebody got caught cheating?
Yes.
You would? What if somebody got caught cheating and then, the next game is not against that person, but you know that it's possible that people could cheat?
I don't know.
At a certain point, it's just like, whatever.
Also, if you can stack your fab deck,
Oh, yeah?
go for it. I do cut. I try to cut awkwardly.
Well, that's good. I always stack the deck to plan for your awkward cuts.
You've been doing a great job.
Yeah. Okay, Iron Rot is Arcanite Skullcap. Don't get confused. It just looks slightly different.
Kiss says, why aren't you using Courage Blade Hold?
You wear it upside down. So generally, Tunic is going to allow me to super effectively play all the Steelblade shunts. Bravo is going to do a decent amount of dominating if given the chance, and being able to play a shunt to cover up a dominate attack plus one card out of hand is going to allow me to only use 2 cards to still have an adequate counterattack. Otherwise, looking at 3 cards out of hand, I think that's pretty problematic. So between shunt and the armor, I think you can do pretty well. I'm going to do one with Tunic and one with Courage and just see what happens. I'll just play it that way. Okay, let's do the dang thing, huh?
Indeed. I'm going to get my health and fully in the shot. Let's do the dang thing. Proceeds to think. I've been there.
I'm just going to pitch this Yellow Warrior's Valor. swing with Dawnblade for 3.
Block for 9.
Blocking for 9.
Now this is a unique moment because this is turn 1. I'm gonna get my hand back. He pitched the Warrior's Valor, so in my head, why would he do that instead of just playing it and getting +2 and maybe go again? And you know, if he can get around this, that's fine.
9, you said?
Yeah. Plus, I got my kitchen sink over here if I need it.
Yeah. Let me see if I can actually get up over the top of this. It might be possible. Let me get my tuna counter too. Tuna cup. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. You know what they say.
Nathaniel's saying, I have a hard time believing they would make a hero as good as Dory if they didn't have something to counter her at some point. She was already drifting out of the meta. What was it that even stopped her? Was it Ninja Turtle? I don't know. She's not like so obviously good if she's winning all the events, but she is very consistent, very good. It kind of reminds me of the decks that people make the cut with it a lot. Mm-hmm. And then people that know how to play against it, someone in the top 8 will get around it, and they get ousted from there. Well, we'll see. We're about to have 2 or 3 months of solid competitive season. A lot of big events for them to. If a hero wins a calling, does that go on the legendary tracker?
I think so.
Is that the level it needs to be at?
I think so.
Because we might see some of these characters seeing themselves straight out of this thing.
You know, this is so weird because I could get over the top of this. I just don't know if it's worth it.
If anything, I would imagine you could get over the top. But can you get over the top, have go again, and swing again?
No, you can't swing again, but you could do a pretty decent amount of damage, honestly. But it would also depend on what you get off the glint here, which you could definitely do.
Jared, the first calling in the States is in September.
All right. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm just going to put this in Arsenal. I'm going to plan for the future.
Still a great exchange for you.
Well, you get to draw up.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got rid of 3 of my cards for none of yours and have a card in Arsenal. It's fine.
Yeah, this thing's going to the end of the...
End of the line.
End of the line.
Okay, interesting. Outmuscle. 6 damage, has go again if it's not defended by a card that has 6 or more attack.
LOL. It's a good card.
No one swings a hammer like
Is that blue? Okay. Well, it's going to have go again.
Cool.
You know, good anti-Dorinthia card there. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's do... I'll pass on the defense. Go to reactions. You got any?
Pass.
And I'm going to kick her off with a sink below here.
He's sinking.
And I'm going to put this under. Put this over. Okay, and then I will pass and take 2.
You got it. Then with my go again, I'll pitch and swing the hammer for 6.
I love it. That's good.
Paul love it.
3.
Every time I play Bravo, after playing some more complex characters, it does bring me a certain amount of satisfaction and joy.
I will take 6.
Call me in the morning. Card in the arse.
It'll always be funny.
Got him.
Always be funny. All right, tunic up. All right, pitch the blue. Spoils of War. Dawnblade.
Here comes the sun.
5 damage. How's go again?
Seems like a good chance to get my helmet on.
Not enough.
I will not block.
Okay. Now, I really want to think harder about whether or not I just dogpile damage when I've got it. Because that's something I've been really thinking about with Dorinthia.
That is the most frustrating thing about Dorinthia.
Because like right now, it's just like, oh, +4.
It's not all the lines that we talk
9.
about. It's the fact that even in this moment, right? So me blocking, I have a bunch of armor. So I also have cards, a bunch of 3s in hand that can block. But like, if we should actually think about my options, if you're gonna cover it up, you at least cover it up by 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get to 8. Mm-hmm. So I could, block with 3 cards to go to 9, or I could block with 2 cards and throw into one of my 2s. This is fine. But then, if I do cover it up, it's like the worst case scenario is probably Singing Steelblade. So you go up to 6, like we talked about. Go get any card you want. You can get the 0 for 3. Now you're at 9. It hits. You have go again. You have a resource floating. So, no, you spend the resource.
For what?
If you've seen Steelblade.
Mm-hmm. So you want to block it?
No. Because there's also Glint and there's also Route.
Yeah.
If that is Route and that is a 2 or higher
Who would ever
resource,
do that? Just take 5?
Yeah. But you can also, when I don't block, because I think that's the most consistent play, you could just dogpile your damage right on there.
Downblade coming in.
For 3.
No resources, 1 in hand, 1 in ours.
Use it while you got it.
Just give a token, It's only blocking for 1. You hip to that?
Why?
My life total.
Oh, you took a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot there was
Took
one
2 and 6.
missing back there. So 3 in a
I'll do it
counter.
like this, keep you honest. Yeah, it's interesting in the chat talking about the Hall of Heroes or the Hall of Champions. I mean, at some point, do you just have the community band together and say, hey,
Let's let Dorinthia win.
let
Everyone play Dorinthia.
Let certain heroes win, would you? Let's get them out of here. It's kind of cool. It reminds me almost of
L5R.
L5R. Yeah, the level of like game outside the game outside the tournament. I don't know what you'd call that. Let me get chat here on the phone. Guys, it's been a joy too to watch the number of viewers on these live streams just consistently grow.
It's amazing.
On Flesh and Blood. Like our first streams were like 20 people.
Yeah.
Now it's 180
that are here live
right now.
Yeah. And the views later also keep going. Is it 3?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Token, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a plan.
I'll take it.
Is it a good plan? No.
Let me put a little counter on you. I like this counter. Okay.
Mindskis?
Yeah.
Let's out muscle.
Man, see, I feel like you're kind of trying to race me here, and I feel so confident that I can win this.
Let's go, baby.
This one's actually a little bit weirder. Okay. So let's do this. And this. And that. I will not block any of that, 6.
Let's see if them muscles big as that mouth. I just read that flavor text for the first time. Take 6. Call me in the morning. All right. Then I'll pay 3 to play Showtime from Arsenal.
Showtime.
It's Showtime. I'm going to go get a Spinal Crush.
Yep.
And then I will put cards in my hand. Don't look at them. I'll put this in Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Tunic up. No one. Dawnblade for 4.
Okay. I won't block first reaction to you.
No one. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna pitch 1. Yeah, that needs to go under. I like that you can always fix that. I hope they thought about that. Pitch 1 to give it +3.
So you're at 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and... You don't have go again currently.
Do not currently have go again. Got the bolters.
Pay 2. Red Staunch from Arsenal.
Right on. Let's go. Pitch +3.
So you're at 10.
10.
I will sink below red.
Very good.
Put
You got her.
this under. Draw a card. These go away. This pops, I draw a card. This goes under. Very good.
Yeah. Bravo's staunch response is...
The heat.
You got a movable, I imagine, too.
Yeah.
You're... It would almost be worth... That's a good consideration for Bravo competitively.
Just having such a good matchup against Dorinthia.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. I mean, you got to look at Chain, too. You got to look at Chain. I think you have to be able to beat Chain, Dorinthia.
Katsu.
Katsu is a version of Chain.
The thing I think that makes Katsu lethal is he has a defensive and an offensive version. And
You don't know which one you're playing.
You don't know what you're playing, and the defensive version is really good against Chain, and probably good against Dorinthia. So then, like, he's
just
there.
It's hard to know how to sideboard against it because it could be going all aggro or turtling.
You know, I think less on Katsu. It's not about as much what cards are in your deck as it is knowing how your deck has to play in order to win that match.
Against Katsu?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't let him hit Flick Flack, I guess, is kind of the thing.
Let's pay 1. Create a Sarge. 2 flooding. Man, it's so tempting to just keep hammering.
Hammer on.
We'll play a Spinal Crush for 9.
For 9.
That's 4 more. Lose, go again, goes out the door.
Go again, goes out the door. All right, let's do bracers, skull cap, bolters. First reaction to you.
Pass.
All right, sink below. Go to 9 there.
Covered her straight up.
Covered her right it. And then I'm definitely gonna sink. I gotta think about. I'm gonna throw this guy under. Good choices. Make good choices. Man, Pitch Perfect. My gosh, what a masterpiece that first movie is. Not the rest.
Yep. Some things don't need a sequel. That's one of them.
Awful. All right, over to Steven. All right, pitch. 2 float. Let's swing.
You just said.
You just said, don't touch it. But I know you know, and I know that you know that I know, and I know that you know. So now we can play a different game where we don't have to obey the rules.
No block.
Okay.
Stick to my guns. My guns, I mean. Bravo. It is a temptation.
Great question here. Okay, so let's think. Think for a second. I think that's right. There's like 2 really good plays. That's the problem with Dorinthia, I think, is like, yeah, well, you got so much good stuff to do. Been playing too much Azalea.
I'm not used to this.
Yeah,
Usually
wait
have
a
one
minute.
line
All these cards are good?
Usually have one line that's kind of okay.
Wow. Tell you one thing, I'm bad at certain parts of Dorinthia. I got to play it about 80 more times.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Is just playing those decks a lot. Here we are.
I'm gonna go to +3 without for blood.
Okay, we're at 6.
Reaction you.
Pass.
This is where the other +3 is just like you take 9. It's crazy. I'm not gonna do it though. Take 6. And take a cool 6.
Mine?
Yeah.
Old Sarge pops. Let's pay 2. Bravo's ability. Let's pay 4, because thank you, Sarge, for a blue disable. 7 with Dominate. If it deals 4 or more, you have to put the card in Arsenal on the bottom of your deck.
Okay. Clear it on out for me.
Yep. Just doing you a favor. Colin says, let's all agree to play Dorian and just put her to sleep for future generations. The thing is, even without us all playing Dory, if she's good enough to win 10, the game takes care of it. It's really something fascinating. I'm half tempted to play Bravo because he does have 3, and he's good enough to win. And I want to make sure I get on that Legends list before he goes away. Can you imagine how devastating it would be not to be on that history book? Got to get your name in the book.
It would be utterly devastating.
There will be roughly 10 people whose name is on the list of a hero when they get retired. Think about that. That's cool.
I'm gonna do 4 there. Take 3.
Hold
Unless
on.
you got reactions.
I don't.
Based on your money and cards, I don't imagine you would,
But my goodness, against Dorinthia, Mangle is so good.
Yeah, I gotta use them.
Bravo just has tools.
Yeah. It's probably, it has to be the most favorable, right? Who else does better against Dorinthia?
I don't have a good answer.
I can't even imagine who that would be.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, pitch, 2 float, swing with Dawnblade for 3. Just putting it all to the test. It's an academy for everybody. Myself, you, everybody watching.
Yeah.
Let's just throw Naked Dawnblade every time and see what happens.
Just see what happens. Yeah. Okay. I will not block.
Okay.
You get first reaction.
None.
I believe I will react.
Okay.
Or not.
I can't believe Bolters isn't a reaction. There's so many things when I look at Warrior, I'm just like, at every turn, it's so good.
Oh, you don't have to like use it and then
No.
maybe it doesn't hit?
Like right now, I can pass reaction. If it hits, I can use it.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Whew. Unlike snaps, for instance. Weapons are good too. I've missed playing heroes with weapons.
Mm-hmm. It's good to get out of there every now and then.
Oh man, it's so good to get out of there. That's a deep, dark place that'll take everything from you.
I have a weird hand. So I think I'll use it in a weird way. I'm going to pay 3.
Whoa, that is a weird hand.
It's unmovable from Arsenal for 6.
Slash a weird way, I should say. Okay.
When you get all reds with Bravo, it's interesting.
That is interesting, isn't it? From the RSA.
Mm-hmm. So this is... Obviously, this is a naked Dawnblade, but I'm not blocking from hand.
Naked.
So you would have to get +6, +4 technically, without any reprise happening, which usually takes 2 cards. So if you spend the 2 cards and the resources to do it, you're not left with that much.
It's true. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything to that.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, a full hand unmovable is not something I can deal with. From the arse. It's funny because you've got the right breakpoints on your reactions. Like, red sink below from Arsenal is not nearly the same
as unmovable or staunch.
Yeah.
I'll just put
of course, it costs you money.
A card in the arsenal.
So that's worth.
You ever think, they are my blues?
So many times. All right, tunic up.
You're fresh out of... Well, you're not out of armor. That's not the action.
Oh, is it confusing? It doesn't have a tiny little text strip in it?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
Not like offended by it. Look at this beautiful card. Hold on.
Yeah, is that the promo? Oh, you
Look at
do
that.
have the
Alt art,
promo.
full bleed.
I had no idea. All right. Pitch the CNC.
It's Dynamite. You knew that earlier when I was out muscling you.
Play red Dauntless there. +3, etc. Defense reactions cost extra.
Okay. I love the art on that card.
Let's go here. Dawnblade for 6 with the tunic.
Tunic up. All right. No blocks.
Okay.
Good card. Good card. Puck, yeah, as far as we know, Crucible Unlimited should be out by the end of the month. That's what we're expecting, that first wave. We've been teetering on the edge of out of stock of those Unlimited boxes, those Crucible pre-orders for a while. So if you're on the fence, now's a pretty good time to get in because the wait's going to be super short. I think they'll be shipping pretty soon. Also worth noting, we're slowly running out of those Welcome to Monarch Unlimited bundles with the Iridex and the Rainbow Foil Heroes and stuff. So if you're waiting on that, I would do that sooner than later. What's up?
No reactions? Do you have any?
No, I'll just react by taking 6.
Okay. I'm going to crack the bolters on that.
Here we go. Got him to use them.
Just kidding. That's right. Genius play. Take 6, get him to use the bolters.
Big brain time.
It was all my control.
I have worked your armor out and haven't used any of mine yet.
What actually happened is I worked my armor out. Because I'm the one that chose to use it. 1 for Dawnblade, coming in at 3.
It's TNT.
It's Dynamite. Jared, are there any promos of the Crucible stuff? Lord help us if we knew. We have no indication there's promos of any kind.
Yeah. And are hoping that never happens again where there's a surprise.
Old Jay Franey said, it's weird that you took 6 this turn, but last turn unmovable to 3. Is it because of what your offensive hand looks like right now?
Yes. Yeah.
You got to play both sides of the game.
Yeah. So I had a 4 red hand last time. And so basically if I block with more than 1 card, I can't do anything anyway. So by blocking for 6, it also means that he's unlikely to be able to get over the top of it. So I probably just shut the turn down.
Yeah, I think the real key is there's no reprise. You're able to play it from Arsenal.
Yeah.
So you could block with 9 from hand or 6 from Arsenal. I do 6 from Arsenal against Dorinthia.
Yeah. This is the second attack?
Yes. This would be the token bringer.
It's at 3?
Yeah.
Finally. Block for 3.
Okay. Man's got a crippling crush. Faux show.
Ian, I do feel pretty confident. He said, do you feel confident about your allocation for Crucible Unlimited? My local game store is being told they're getting way less than they ordered. I'm confident about our allocation, yeah, for sure.
I'm going to pitch to go +1 with Steel Blade.
Okay. I'll sink below red.
All right, we got it. Woo! Is Dauntless stolen? Yeah. You've still got +1 to sync, but if you want to do it.
I'm working at that math right now.
This is the key to tournaments too. You don't remind, like clear the board of any lingering effects, and then you'd be like, I gotcha. That's my plan with Azalea. That's how I'm going to win with Azalea.
Pay 1 here. Have 2 floating.
Okay. I'm going to hit you with red in the ledger, and then I'm going to put it in the discard, and then you're going to forget about it, and then I'm going to be like...
I'm going to mention nothing.
You're going to use a go again card and be like, okay, your turn's over.
Got him. He's really going to do that to people. It's going to be really funny.
I don't think I can be that person, honestly.
All right. I'll pay 2 to dominate. Pay 4. Red Mangle.
Mangle? I already used my boots.
Boots are gone. Nothing in arsenal. Looking pretty good for old Mangler.
Well, I mean, like, you can have, what, the bracers, I guess? Is that what it is? Are you -1 something?
No, that's if I destroy it.
Oh, okay. So you destroy the bracers or the...
Or the skull cap. Yeah.
A reasonable thing. Reasonable indeed.
Zan asking what do we think about Prism. We're going to see a lot of her at the college. I think she's really good. I don't know if we'll see a lot of her. I think if the meta is on a lot of her, there'll be a lot of answers to her. Then people will stop playing her. But if that's true, then people might start playing her again. It's a timing window for me. Ryan says he looks forward to getting sharked by you.
I would look forward to that as well. Oof. That's a weird one. I'm blocking with 3, but that's going to be it, basically. And the skull cap. Although it doesn't matter, does it? I still have all this health. This stupid health.
It doesn't matter because you're ahead of me.
Yeah. Okay, pitch, that for that.
Yeah, I agree, Puck. It's really cool having that Road to Nationals condensed into that 4 or 5 week period prior to a couple weeks prior to the first calling. I think that the meta will have a nice chance to kind of happen and evolve and change, and it'll make the calling very exciting to see what people do.
I don't think you're going to block this. This is my problem. Then again, you never underestimate the ability to
the inexperience and capability of making mistakes of your opponent.
All right, I'm blocking 3, take 5.
Take 5, call me in the morning. Get rid of the bracers.
All right, there you go.
I know those things will swindle you. Eventually, you're going to get your turn where you're Steelblade Supremacy in me. I've been anxious about that since the beginning.
All right, let's hit and run. Pitch, swing down blade. 2 float. Six on 10.
Hold on. Let's go 1, 2, 3.
You got it.
Oh wait, you have less life than me. That doesn't work.
That's right. Use the plate, Bart. I don't want to block with 4. It's inefficient. What do you mean now? Spreadsheet?
How'd you know?
He's going full spreadsheet.
Boy, do I wish this was possible right now. Cards in hand? Sorry.
1.
2 floating?
2 floating, 1 card.
Can't allow that.
What do you think it is?
What do I think the card is? Mm-hmm. It's probably nothing that matters. I would guess it's like...
always the optimist, really.
I would guess it's another Go Again card.
Okay.
If our betting, but it could also be a pump for 3 for free. You know?
It could. So you're saying you don't think it's a Nourishing Emptiness? That's not on your list of concerns? That's like my top list of concerns. Not that it matters. You can't do anything about it anyway. So
Yeah. I mean, I have armor. If I waste the armor now,
what?
I have
What about
armor. So technically, I could stop the Nourishing Emptiness if I block with 2 pieces of armor in a card.
That's true.
So that's why I don't want to waste the armor. But also, stopping this hit is productive.
Just do the right thing knowing that this card is an unknown.
Okay.
That's really the key thing that you need to be thinking about.
Easy.
Can you cover every possible card here?
I wish I had thought of that before. That would have been good advice.
You know, because depending on what it is, you know, it could really change
Black
the
for
game
6.
here. All right, you got it. I'm just going to Arsenal that boy.
He's threatening. He has nothing.
But
Man.
you know, we just can never know it.
You can't ever know.
You can never know it. So you got to honor literally the world. Every time she attacks, it's like, can I just... Anyway.
All right, let's swing the hammer for 4.
No blocks, reactions. You got any?
Go ahead. Sing below me.
Yeah.
I see. I throw that hammer at you and you just dive in the water. Like Smeagol.
It's funny. It's funny.
Why am I here if not to entertain?
Yeah, thank you for that. We do appreciate it, all of us collectively. I watched a Fab video the other day, and the guy was just yelling the whole time.
What?
You know what I mean? The more I get outside of my bubble, I realize YouTube is mainly just people yelling at other people.
Yeah, you don't spend a lot of time researching influencers.
Oh, hey! You guys see this crazy thing? Oh my gosh! Whoa! Let me react to it.
We could do a box break.
Who is the? You know, it's
Freak
like,
out about it.
Who are you?
Curating Humanism. Interesting channel name. I'm in love with Fab. I knew I would be after your first video on it. If only I would have bought it then.
Yeah, but you know, we can say that about everything.
Yeah.
Apple stock and Microsoft.
Usually, someone in my life who probably regrets not paying more attention is my brother.
That's so true. He got hammered. That's really funny, actually. Yeah. Quite funny.
Well, I knew he wasn't like looking for a CCG necessarily in his life right now. I was
Who is though? Did they find you? You don't find them. You know what I'm saying?
I know some customers like that. But yes, it was like I was talking about it, and I was like, "That's so awesome!" And I was talking about it over and over again, but trying not to I'm not trying to force this down someone. But
right.
Then eventually, it was like he tried it, and it was like too much, too good.
Man, she's got some weird hands. You could definitely be good at this. I get the appeal.
That's cool. I have a question for you, Max. So I just started getting into the game. The OP announcement tipped me over the edge. So what about the announcement? We did a couple podcasts recently about traveling and organized play and what gets people to go to these events. I'm curious for everyone listening. If you're going to a colony or road to nationals, what are the top priorities for you? How important are prizes versus just the experience of everything else? I'm curious what the most important things are. Ryan Roper, buying those original Fab bundles from you guys is not something I regret.
This is it. Okay. Pitch Glint. I don't like that at all.
That's cool, Puck. You're saying these hands are interesting to you?
They're interesting, yeah.
It's not... The thing is, they're interesting because there's other lanes you can take.
They're interesting because everything's good.
That's exactly.
It's like, do I want 9 damage or 6 and 6 or 3 and 9, depending on what Zach's doing? What am I doing? Anyway, here's a Warrior's Valor.
You got it.
Here's a Dawnblade for 6. If it hits, it's got to go again, of course.
Okay. You're coming in for 6.
6, man, just a standard 6. This is a classic Dorinthia play. If you don't know what you're doing against it, well,
luckily
I don't know what for.
Luckily, I'm Sir Bravo of Aria.
Yeah, what are you? You're on 9 defense reactions in there.
3 red staunch, 3 blue immovable, 3 sink below, and technically, there's 3 fate for scene in my sideboard.
You got the goods, man.
He's got all the armor.
You better not lose this. If you lose this,
none of us have hope.
There's nothing for us.
All right, I think I'll be smart then, I guess. Throw this in, you get first reaction.
I have none of those reactions.
All right, pay 2, red staunch, going to 9.
Going to 9, he says.
Yeah. So it's tempting to just do the staunch, but then any pump you have actually gets you to the hit and the go again. This guarantees, I think, should guarantee that you can't get past it.
Yeah, it's the right math for sure. That's the right math. Yeah, and that's correct.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Staunch from Arsenal is just a great
it's just
Bravo
so,
tool.
It's just so much value.
It's so good.
All right, so I'm going to read some of these responses because I'm really curious about this. William says, driving 6+ hours to Cincinnati to play side events and have fun with the rest of my team that's coming with me. Prizes mean nothing. Love it. Wade says, not the prizes. It's the fact that it's an official event where everyone there will be all about the game, the community, etc. I'm going for the eventness of it. But it's interesting because like if none of the prizes were happening, it was just a fab event happening, would enough people show up to get, like, it's weird math.
I think it's because people think that prizes motivate other people, so they're more likely to go to find the people that are there to not actually get the prizes.
But like if there was a 200-person Tulsa Fab event this weekend, I would be going.
I would be going, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, that gold, I mean, it's a gold tunic, it's a gold carrying husk. Like that, there's some kind of a deep level pull to that is going to get you more people than not. Now, it could all be game theory, like we're saying. It could be that, well,
I think it's a mix.
You think everyone's going for the prizes, and therefore everyone's going to be there, so it's worth you taking the time to go. There's a latent reality to prizing, for sure.
Curating Humanism says, chance at glory, playing a wonderful game on a huge stage, then money? Question mark. Kale Sand loves traveling and competing. Mapped Away says, traveling with friends and then competitive play.
How much does that crippling cost? 9?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay.
9 would be a bear.
I'd be happier about it.
Well, I'm sure you would, sir. All right, mine?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Blue Stonewall Confidence.
Just
the hits today. Pay 1. Surge. Pay 3. Swing the hammer for 6.
The brick.
Brick. How?
He's got the brick.
Vlad says, I'm 100% going for the prizes.
There it is.
I love it. Brent, this is one of my favorite parts, saying hanging out with other people at the bar after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good times.
Can you imagine that in Vegas, by the way?
Times.
Who knows?
Block 3, take 3.
You got it. Look at that. Bravo beefing his way through it.
We got the goods. All right, pitch. Red Spoils of War. 2 floating. Dawnblade coming in for 5 with go again.
Okay.
We've gotten through 3 staunches. How many can I touch your cards? 1, 2. Only 2. All right. Well, there's a lot of deck left there. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
You got that unmovable though.
Okay.
What does this thing say? +2 something?
My cards that cost 3 or more get +2 defense.
Well, that's good.
Presumably, yeah. Agreed. Let's block for 5.
Yeah. It's all the tools for this. It's actually absurd. You literally, this is the greatest.
I mean, they're in the same set for a reason
that I have seen ever. It's like, would you like all of the tools to make this work?
I love it.
Okay. All right, go again's gonna happen. I'm closing the chain manually because I don't want to have it up there.
No, I gave you the chance to do your dance.
At the Space Jam?
It's the Space Jam.
All right, let's do hit and run for +3 and go again. Swing Dawnblade for 6.
Podcasting, what time of nights at night do these events typically end? So a lot of times the rounds will go till 6 to 8 p.m. On the day where they're like the finals cuts, maybe later. And then people usually go hang out after. It's pretty awesome.
I've got a tunic floating too.
All right, so what's he want?
6. Hit and run for +3 and go again, and then spin 1.
Wow.
For 6.
Look at you.
That's right.
A tunic and a card in the arsenal. One in the arsenal. Okay. Wait a second.
Spoils of War with go again. Did not hit. Oh, wait, I can't swing again.
Yeah.
That's right. So +3 to your 5. Look, we'll open that chain back.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah. It's the thing I said in the beginning that people do all the time. You think you can just swing again when they cover it up.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll react with a sink below.
All right, there it is. You got it. You did it. You so did it.
Get him, Jeff.
You get him.
This bombs. Man, I drew mashed potatoes, though. A bunch of reds. I was hoping I would sink below and do another blue, and it just didn't.
Taters?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, put them on a stew. Let's pay 1 for a Sarge. Put a card in the arsenal.
Secret Sarge?
How many staunches are over there?
There was 2 in the discard last time I looked.
How many unmovables are over there?
There was only 2, I think. Can I touch your cards?
You may.
There was 1 crippling in there, too.
Curating says, the prizes justify the trip to my wife. There's nothing like the disappointment of losing at an event and then also having to tell your wife that you didn't win the prizes to pay for the event.
I can go to Vegas, right? I'm going to win on the slots real big. Oh, yeah, well, if you're going to win money, for sure. That's fine.
I mean, I've talked to some friends, definitely not my brother, and hearing the cases they made to their spouses is really funny about why this makes sense.
All right, here comes Spoils of War there.
I'm tired of that card.
We're
you know
all
what?
tired
I
of
haven't
it.
seen a single Steelblade Supremacy, and it makes me nervous.
Well, maybe I'm putting them all at the bottom for that little hammer death
just
later
for the
on.
eventual
The
thing.
eventual crush, that's right.
All right, 5, he says.
Just 5. Okay, this time you actually have to block it, though. You don't have the Stonewall man,
Yeah.
the innkeeper.
And we're getting low enough health, I can't just soak as much.
No, you man, you're good.
But I do want to put my cat back on, you know?
You're basically one. I mean, you're like 1 to 2 big attacks away, I'd say.
Yeah, would dominate.
If you just tank and then dominate, I don't know. You should try it.
I will not block.
Okay. I'll accept that.
Take 5.
Seems great. Okay.
Ryan says, I chuckle every time a little bit when Steven says, asked to touch Zach's cards because they are all Zach's cards.
That's right. All right, let's play hit and run. +3, go again. Swing with Dawn Blade for 6.
Do not like. Gross. Oh, it's gross, Steven. If you drop down with that nourishing emptiness after this.
Oh, come on in, man. Come on. Just block it, and I can't, maybe I can.
Well,
maybe
I have the
or just
perfect-
block more. I don't know.
I have the perfect nourishing block set up because of the armor. I can stop the nourishing.
You're a nourishing block.
But what can I do? You know?
I'm glad we've arrived.
Mm-hmm.
But wait a minute.
I feel like with Dorinthia, there's always time to make a mistake.
All it is just literally, it's just turning on the blender and waiting for the bananas to become a smoothie. They bounce around for a while. You know what I'm saying? You ever use those frozen bananas?
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
bounce around a little bit, but eventually it gets blended.
They will eventually puree.
Yeah. You're trying to bounce a banana out of the blender right now, which is technically possible. Bravo's got the best shot at it. I would say. You did everything you need to do. I mean, that outmuscle sideboard is killer. That's phenomenal. What do you do? That Katsu, chain. Yeah.
Dory,
Come on. Yeah,
yeah.
bring it on.
Is killer.
So good.
All right, let's think about this.
Jay Franey asking a question that Zach should be asking. Isn't there a Command and Conquer in Steven's discard pile? Unfortunately, the answer is there is not a CNC in my discard pile. I pitched it earlier. But it is worth checking if you're worried about nourishing.
You're not wrong, Sexy Dinosaur. Saying, learned after watching interviews and fans with Zach. His big catchphrase is, all that to say. 100%.
I used to say that all the time because my old boss at Stonebridge used to say
100%.
that. Those things those things.
All that
all
to
that to
say?
say.
Yeah, I probably got that from you.
He would talk for 20 minutes about nothing and then say, all that to say, I need you to go fill that ditch in or whatever. And it's like,
It's funnier when it's actually irrelevant.
thanks, Rick. Thanks for your life story, but
This is horrible. This is just horrible, everybody.
it's important. Dorinthia is kind of it's important to remember that she's also human. She doesn't always have the goods. Fred, Spoils of War. What do you mean? Spoils of War hit completely. It was 5 damage. Puck asking, are we bringing the loved ones? No. Well, I mean, we love some of the people we're bringing, I imagine.
Oh, I was like, what does that even mean?
I think it means our wives.
We're reading each other.
Quite an assumption to think that, but Fred might also be a little behind in the video.
Terrible. I'm not gonna block.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
6 and a token.
Yeah.
Is what you're taking currently.
I know. Probably where I lose.
You know, boy, I've really got to ask a good question here. Because 9 in a token is even better.
Really?
But it's like, I don't know, if I tiptoe around and try to get a little bit more out of this, do you end up just, putting down the unmovable or something? But you clearly don't want to block. So it seems like a win-win if either I force you to, not force you, if I encourage you to block by adding even more damage to this, that's good for me. Or if you don't block, you go down to 6, which is not where you want to be against Dorinthia at all.
Never.
I mean, you don't want to be there anywhere. Now you're going to come back with the crush or whatever. You've got the full setup. So I'm going to go down to 6. How much does it do? 11?
11 and discard 2 random cards.
Yeah. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee.
Ooh, you.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to see if it pays off here. Pitch for a route for +3.
Okay, see, look. That's what's terrifying about it.
Yeah.
If I had blocked, which I almost did, I was on the verge of blocking for 9.
It would have been really bad.
+3, and I bounce a card to my hand. I have a mediocre hand.
It would have been
at that
really
point.
bad.
I take 3. You get a token anyway.
It would have been so bad. So that was the right thing to do, technically.
Technically.
Or
I
in
made
this
the right
moment-
call.
in this
I
moment.
made the right decision. Take how many? 9?
9, yeah.
Don't take that from me. That was a painful decision.
This was the right decision.
But I was literally sitting there thinking, like, all right, it's either nourishing or it's route. And if he routes me and I block for 9, it is game over. I just lose.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Jiminy Christmas. All right, Surge. Here we go. Let's pay 2 to play a Blessing of Deliverance. It has
An
go
absolute
again.
classic.
If I have a card that costs 3 or greater when I play it, which I do, in my pitch zone, I get to draw a card. And then next round, at the beginning of the turn, it'll blow up, and I'll reveal the top 3 cards of my deck. For every 3 cost, I will gain a life. So this is popping.
Like it's lip gloss. Like it's popping. You get that?
I do get it.
Isn't that a song? My lip gloss is popping. Can I sing that on air? Is that gross? I don't know. What's that song? The rest of the words are probably disgusting if I know music. Music these days, am I right? Anyway.
Ryan says, this is the mistake I made against Zach in the Armory. I didn't play route, and I 100% should have. It lost me tempo and the game.
Yeah.
Holding on to it, waiting for them to block is...
Well, that's the thing. I've been playing games, but I'm actually one of the top-rated Dorinthia players in the world, which is why it's the best Warrior video you'll ever watch.
Go on, tell me more, please. All right, let's dominate with Bravo. Let's pay 3. We'll mangle No, I'll pay 1 for another Sarge, and I'll pay 3 for Mangle. So you have a dominated Mangle coming at you.
So, Colin, hold on. Colin's asking all sorts of questions. Didn't need the buff. It doesn't matter, right? So, like, I'm going to get cards. I'm going to get 4 new cards in my hand anyway. I've got 2 in my hand currently. If I don't use that route, I hold on to one of them. It had no value that turn. It's a glint or something. And I can put a route in Arsenal, which can be awful. Route in Arsenal can be awful. Glint in Arsenal can be weird. So it's like...
You can almost always at least play Glint.
Yeah,
to get it out. But route, you have to have the resources to swing the sword and play route. Plus,
so anyway, I mean, just take damage.
At this low of health, 3 automatic damage is really hard to pass up.
She just got a Mangle?
Dominate Mangle coming at you. So what I have is Dominated Mangle with an extra Surge with the Blessing of Deliverance out with this card going in my arsenal.
Mm-hmm. What is that? What did you say? All of that? Excuse me?
I got another one of these. Fresh new car. I got a Blessing of Deliverance. And I got this card going to be going in my arsenal. Plus, I'm going to get rid of your Skull Cap before you can use it again.
Oh, man. Too much fun here. All right. Let's see. I do want to block some of this.
Seems all right.
I do want to block some of this. Because, like, we're at the point now where you can't take a Naked Dawnblade. You can't do it. And if I just go to +3, you lose. So you're in the old Cincinnati pickle.
Now, this will trigger. I'll probably gain some health next round.
At the start or at the beginning or at the end?
Start of my next turn.
So Naked Dawnblade this turn is a problem for you.
Yeah, but, like, I might have a way out eventually.
Okay, now this is where I make a mistake for sure. I'm excited about the concept.
Brian Rubin says, Steven, I would like to sign up for your newsletter.
Okay. Done.
Go to teamcover.com, buy something, you'll be on our newsletter. Steven writes it. It's basically Steven's newsletter.
All right, here's what I'm going to do, man. We're gonna remember this moment. I'm going to take 8 here.
We're both taking just aggressively.
This is where health becomes a resource.
It's like we were playing reasonable Flesh and Blood, probably like the New Zealanders would want us to.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, both of us just went completely American. All of a sudden.
James is watching these streams. Like, who would ever take 8?
I'll blow up your skull cap.
All right, you got it.
Put this in the arsenal.
You really want to blow up a promo like this, or it's gone?
Ryan says, wow, the old Cincinnati pickle made me laugh so hard.
I think Colin and I are playing completely different games of Flesh and Blood. I feel like he's just yelling at his screen right now. All right, fool. Pitch this blue card. Didn't even read what's on it. I just saw that it was blue.
Bo Hansen, we had almost an entire game of New Zealand Flesh and Blood.
No, I'm not doing that. I do have that, though, so watch out for that. Very good question. You know, when to use this tunic counter, you know...
Always the question. Podcast, did we sort out our TC Road to Nationals event?
Let's do it.
We are in the process. It's not just a Road to Nationals. And
People know about that?
Remember last week I was like, there might be an event we're trying to host and the judge applications. And
yeah, might.
There may be an event. We're announcing it soon. I'm waiting on the one last thing, and then we'll start turning those dials. But if you wanted to plan to be in Tulsa on August 21st, that might be a smart idea.
You got a 4 damage downblade coming at you.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kale, Dash is great. Dash is fantastic. I think Dash is as good as ever, to be honest with you. Just, you know. What's that?
Block for 4.
Okay.
My last break house.
Okay, I'm going to react with twinning.
Okay.
Any reactions?
That means you can swing with the weapon again.
Mm-hmm.
Not presently.
React with glint. For go again.
Okay. So we're back to the beginning.
Not closing the chain. Your armor can stay there.
Well, this one gets blown up.
Buster.
This one's irrelevant. And I'll leave this one as a sign that it's been used.
Pay 1 for Dawnblade 4.
1 card in hand.
Mm-hmm.
If that doesn't smell like a route, I don't think I know what I'm doing anymore. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh, I so do, man. It's a joy to be on the other side of the table, honestly.
You have to not be against Dory.
Yeah. This is what it must feel. Can you imagine playing against Azalea all the time? That people playing against me must feel. This guy. It's
Relief?
Like, yes.
God.
That's exactly right. It's like, he's consistently doing less than I expect. This is easier than I thought.
Killer. It's just killer, man.
Sometimes it's a 5 damage, take my actions away, and that's kind of annoying, but then I just do 8 with 1 action, and then it's fine.
Alright, if I do that...
Ryan says the armor doesn't get blown up till the chain closes. Because he's a judge, you know, he's got that judge
type. He's one of them judge types.
I'm trying to learn, man. I think I'm going to learn it. I feel like I know enough to be a little dangerous.
I know that I'm not capable. I will not block.
That's the right decision.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's unfortunate for me. But it is the right decision. You made 2 no-block decisions that, if I had other cards, would have been devastatingly bad.
So, sort of. I also
You got the reaction?
have a reaction, so
Yeah.
I won't just lose.
Yeah.
But I don't have to commit to using the card yet.
Definitely right, then. All right. So then I'm going to... you can take 4, and then I'm going to throw this in.
Okay. Down to 2, baby. Watch out for double reaction to do 1 to me with my hammer. That's how ball games get lost. All right, this pops. This pops. Reveal the top 3.
Yeah, this stays on there, doesn't it?
We've got 1 3 cost.
Should build your deck better.
I know. That's disappointing. Hoping for at least 1 more health. So I can get out of defense reaction territory. Okay, here we go. Manja. Totally fine, honestly.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm going to create a Sarge.
There's already 1 out there.
That's the one that popped. I need to get a second one. So I have one that's in the thing and one that's, you know, fresh.
They didn't cover this in the judge test.
I know. Then I'll pay 2.
All the games I watch for people who are Bravo, they hit 3 every time with Blessing and Deliverance. Every single time. So I don't know. Maybe is there something to that? Do it better or something?
Better Blessing of Deliverance? I don't know.
What are you playing there? I'm
Command and Conquer.
so curious. CNC? Dynamite?
It's Dynamite.
I will not fight. Power low. Watch me explode. How many cards are in your hand?
Ryan Ober saying 3. Man, watching you 2 play now versus a year ago is so good. Leaps and bounds. Well, hopefully after a year of playing, we got a little better. Sir Lionheart liked your build a better deck comment.
Okay, yeah. When I'm mean is when it's the best, really.
After all this, you being like, perfect answer. Look at this game still.
I know. It's never easy, is it?
Yeah, you can win. It's just never...
It's just garbage.
I think to have a blowout against Dorinthia, something had to go horribly right for you.
And what's your dominate thing? It's got to be a 3 cost or higher to get the dominate.
Yep.
So let's see. Blue, dominate, 4 cost.
What do you think I'm up to?
Oh, you don't have go again.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Levia. That's a way to really psych out your opponent.
I'm used to Levia.
Wait, he's used to Levia? What does that even mean? You are looking at a pummel here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Playing on 10 with a discarded card hit effect.
Yeah.
Michael, pummeling coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pummeling time.
I wonder if I should just block the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna play some jazz then. You ready for some jazz?
Yeah, I am. Hey, listen to this from Jay Oliver. Hey guys, appreciate what you do. I use your videos and commentary to get my local game store to buy into Flesh and Blood, and now we have a community growing thanks to you guys. Truly appreciate it.
That's fantastic.
I love hearing that. One of the huge reasons that we were so excited to support Legend Story up front was their commitment to supporting local game stores. So knowing that local communities are getting built in any way in relation to anything we're doing is phenomenal.
I'm blocking for 10. Tunic off.
Be my guest.
Pitch that blue overpower. Swing for 4. I'm naked. I'm TNT. Were you singing that or was I? Yeah, you were.
I think everyone in the room was.
Well, that leaves 2 of us.
Why? Why is it funny? I don't like it.
What do you think this is?
Route.
It's always route, isn't it? He's got 2, it's route.
Is still play Supremacy even in there? Oh, you're not in Courage.
It's in there. It is. I pitched 1 really early. And then haven't seen 1 since, to be honest with you. Not that you need it.
4A.
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 It's a 4A. Which is weirdly like the annoying number right now. Yeah. Unless you got the defense reaction in your arsenal.
What got it to 4? A token?
This token.
I didn't know if it was a token or a modifier.
Yeah, I know that token. I got it on that double attack turn, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then the twinning blade glint last turn hit.
I think this is the right play. Okay, I won't block. You get first reaction.
I have none.
Let's pay 3 and I'm movable for 6.
You got it. From the arse. Token's gone.
This pops.
You got out of it.
Sort of. I would love to have had the Pommel Command and Conquer hit in some manner. We'll go Command and Conquer for 6.
You just want it, don't you? You just want that card. He wants the card.
Hey, that's cool to hear.
Do you have more? Would you say you have more defense reactions on the way?
Well, we'll break the rules for a second.
Don't you organize that? How dare you?
Seems like I would have 1 unmovable and 1 stance left.
Okay. There's a lot of cards in your deck, really. You got no money left over
Once
here?
these are equal, I've pretty much gone through my deck once.
Hey, how do you know that? Caesar, you actually curious why I didn't use Arsenal? You guys can figure it out for sure. For sure. Might have Reprise on it. Might be particularly relevant for Reprise. Might not be. Okay, well, we're blocking this for 6. But you know, in the game of Flesh and Blood, your defense is dictated by your offense. And your offense is dictated by your defense.
It's all connected.
It's like you're playing the whole time.
Luminous beings are we.
This is the first block. Our
Timmy.
Promo Timmy. Timmy's Blade.
Timmy. Actually, the standard version of 20 Blade would be a Timmy card in the archetypes.
Oh yeah, what does that mean? You like playing weird stuff like me?
No.
Or are you? I feel like it's kind of a degenerate kind of thing, you know, where it's
is,
like making fun of people.
It's sort of negative, but it's not.
I hear the Taco Man talk about it all the time.
Taco delivery man.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy. I think Timmy's a Timmy seeks to experience something. Like the feeling they get when they just get to play the game, have the exact same feelings.
What does that even mean? We all like to experience
They're more about the
things.
journey than the goal or the destination.
Well, then the journey's the goal. The philosophy doesn't hold up.
Timmy plays cards that makes him happy.
Okay. I'm going to do a quick run through the math here. And then I'm going to make this decision.
Obsidian says that you're a Johnny.
That's like I play weird stuff or something?
It's like you try to make good stuff or bad stuff good, and you sometimes do.
All right. Singing Steel Blade going in as well. The math was run. Block for 6.
Arsenal.
Pitch this blue.
Obsidian says you like crunching cards with the best possible outcome that others wouldn't expect.
Yeah, this is it. You got 1 armor left on that old tectonic?
Yep.
Boy.
Old techie.
I liked this being at 4 a lot better. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I liked it not being at 4. Helpful to me.
Okay. We're going to go Valor into Dawnblade.
Still got that route down there. I see. Okay, you couldn't play it. It can't be a route.
Couldn't possibly play it.
But I can't take 6.
I can't ever play that. I'm not going to play the whole game.
I can't take 6. I can't take 3. What am I supposed to do, Steven?
I don't know.
Get that card out of Arsenal is what we gotta do. Alright. Block 6. 7 so I don't lose on a 3 pump.
Okay.
There it is.
I'm going to go to 8.
Oh no. I lose on a 3 pump.
You actually won't lose. But I'll hit you for 1.
Couldn't you get the 0 for 3?
Yeah, but this costs 1. I got no money to swing. Does that make sense?
That lets you go get a reaction though.
I'm getting it now. But what do I do after that?
You can't react again with a 3? 0 for 3?
That's 8 to 7, right?
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh.
To kill me.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'll do.
Drat! Ah! So my follow-up there, if you don't kill me, is that I can swing the hammer and then pummel to get it to 10.
Mm-hmm.
To go from 4 to 10.
Surprise pummel. Surprise
That's
hammer.
The best I got.
Basically.
So it was not worth it for me to... The problem I had...
That's depressing.
To lose that?
It's depressing, yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm depressed. I mean, if you can't do it with all of that, what are my options? What am I gonna do? Shoot a searing shot? You know?
Yeah, I don't have the
I
answer.
don't think I can beat it. It's hitting me in the face every time I look at it. What is happening? You want to do it again?
Yeah, I'll play again.
Let's do it again. Let me do it with the... See, I feel like I liked Tunic there. It didn't do anything I was expecting it to do, but 3 resources over Courage for 2 in 1 turn. Because I'd only hit the one Supremacy, so I don't know. I'm gonna stick on Tunic, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. It's never wrong, right? It's just Tunic.
Tunic. Hard to hate it. Rodney. Azalea, best bet confirmed. Searing shot me.
I mean, the thing I realized is I could literally Red in the Ledger Dorinthia 6 times. Technically 9 times. Absolute maximum Memorial Ground. 3 knocks, 3 natural. With Warmongers, etc.
You can also Remembrance.
You still wouldn't win. Like, not even close. It's not enough damage.
In fact, could you Red in the Ledger every turn?
Conceivably, yes.
And also not win?
If it was dominated every turn, I mean, she can cover up 3 of them completely, just with armor and a card. And if you're on Steel Blade Shunt, that's 3 more covered up entirely. Which I think most would do against Ranger. Most run Shunt against Ranger. So 6 of them are going to do nothing. Not even the hit effect.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you get your pumps, but then you get your pumps and you can't consistently get the arrow as much. But Russell, here's my problem with Sleep Arrow. We've tried it. We actually tried this quite a bit. Sleep Arrow and Red in the Ledger don't matter as much as you want them to against Dorinthia.
Because she can still swing for 9 or 12 with her sword.
She swings the sword, and then she pumps it to 6 or 9. And it's like, oh, your off turn was 9?
Yeah, especially because she can basically block with everything. Once you see the hit effect,
yeah,
you block with what you can, and then you swing for 6 or 9, and you're still moving faster than they are?
Yeah, way faster. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan's on it. Ryan's got it.
All right, let's try that again. That did feel like I'm slowly getting better against Dorinthia, knowing what to do.
You didn't. I think you did everything right.
There was the turn.
What did you do wrong?
There was the turn I took a bunch of damage.
To take less damage is...
I could have been more conservative at that very moment.
Maybe that's right.
But the problem I had was essentially route. But you can see a route in the shadow of every corner, and you kind of just have to get them to play the routes. But like,
yeah,
if I had blocked with 3 cards to cover it up and you route, I'd definitely lose. But I knew if I didn't block, I could take damage and apply a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went with that route because I could control it. And it ended up not quite being enough. And like the turn that I ended up playing Command and Conquer and had the pummel in hand, that's just what I happened to draw. And like there are other combinations of things that I could have drawn at that very moment that would have been helpful, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I think like in in your standard Swiss rounds, I don't think Dorinthia blocks for 10 on that potential pummel. So I think you go 4-wrap and get the discard.
If that happens, I win the game.
Yeah, I think you win.
Yeah.
But I that's what I mean. I just don't think...
I think in the cut, someone would...
In the cut, yeah.
I mean, in that moment, you got to understand the pummel is possible.
They're gonna know it in the cut, for sure. But isn't it really just about getting to the cut? And then being like, okay, I'm not awful at this. I'm going to go hit the
I got my eyes on that
craps table.
I got my eyes on that gold tunic.
If I get that golden carrying husk, I'm going to play Leviant until I can win a game with her. So it could be years.
Ryan, I am playing Blessing of Deliverance. All right.
Yeah, that's right. Sexy Dinosaur could have hit more than 1 on your Blessing.
It would have been
a lot
helpful.
of the way the cards come up has a lot to do with how it happens.
Also, that was Bravo going second.
Let's have Bravo go first.
Which is,
Actually, I am gonna go back to Tunic. Let's change nothing, and see what happens if you go first.
Okay.
Also, I was pretty worried about a couple of turns. If you had Crippling Crush,
I didn't see any.
It would have been really bad for me.
There were a few turns where I had kind of the step, and I had the card. You were let me keep cards, and it was like, man, if I just had a crippling here, it would be gruesome.
It'd be so good. Yeah, there were some turns like, ugh.
But it happens. Okay, well, let's start here.
You got a strong psychological game. That's going to help you out, I think. You're able to roll with the punch as well.
It takes a lot to get me.
You ever watch Alone? You ever watch the series Alone, where they're staying in the woods? You know.
No, but you told me about it.
It's essentially, it becomes a game of psychology, because at a certain point your skills are good enough where you can basically be there forever. But how long can you be without human contact without going insane? Is what it basically becomes. So the psychology games are strong. Meantime, I look at Dorinthia and I'm like, this math equation is broken.
All right.
This is basically the quadratic.
Sarge, showtime.
Not even going to come in for anything?
No, and I had no muscle, so I could have.
Come on.
But
Gold Skullcap's got to be worth $16 million at this point.
It's as up there as the only thing that makes Tunic to me more valuable is that it was first set and that card looks better than Skullcap.
Mm-hmm.
Like outside that, it's the same level of like so many people run this. I'm gonna get Spinal Crush.
It makes sense that the Welcome to Wraith heroes would, and Arcane Rising, aside from them being weird, would have an advantage. They've had 3 sets of support. They have 4 sets of support, really.
Yep, some of them.
So it would be scary if somebody like Chain or Bolton won all these big events, and then it's like, well, where do they go from here?
Yeah,
because they're only getting more cards.
But if it is a talent-specific thing, then like they may end up with a lot less cards over time. So they may be good right now because they get the focus stuff.
But you know what else is weird is we know those cards are printed and on the way, basically.
Yes, they are.
So, like, if you run into a meta that has totally divorced itself from your developers' ideas about what works, and having watched some of those games, it's not impossible to think that's possible. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
All right, I know what you're saying.
Oh man.
Okay.
Can someone send me a gold tunic already? Calling for it. Just kidding. I'll win it. I'll earn it. Pay the iron price. Man, how about Thrones just dying on the vine? Woo!
They punted it, man.
Top of pop culture and then gone.
I've never seen a punt quite that impressive.
Mother of dead. Jacob says, thanks for the Netrunner token reprints. The data token's compatible with Netrunner. I'm saying he loves his tokens. Glad to hear it. It's amazing. That product is on the way to being a decade old.
That's crazy.
We're going to have a data token party.
It's crazy.
You can't get in unless you own a set of data tokens.
I like it. Those aluminum ones get you 2 tickets, too.
Oh, the executive credits? For the executive in your life.
I do feel like we had the moxie of a 90s CCG company at a certain point in our older history. Yeah, we got a lot more practical over time, didn't we?
Well, you know, that's what happens.
Streaming every day is a little moxie-ful. I'm going to do this to swing with Dawnblade for 3. I'm just going to keep questioning our assumptions about this naked Dawnblade.
All right. Interesting. Well, I'll make you prove it. Unmovable for 6. Oh, the Arsenal.
Yeah, that's fine. 1 down, as far as I'm concerned. I might prove it. I'm just kidding.
Be my guest.
Be my...
Pete says he still uses his Star Wars LCG eyeballs.
Yes!
Designed by Steven.
Not associated with any likeness of the Death Star.
Showtime pops. I draw a card. Thanks for playing. Sarge pops. Okay.
Is that true, Michael? Chain has more cards in his pool than Viscery?
That's impossible.
Well, I guess he's going to use all the old Runeblade cards.
That's right.
Yeah, so maybe that's not true at all what I said. But there's conceptual support. Like I feel like Levi is missing one piece of equipment that is going to make her playable.
Yeah, the only thing Chain's missing is his soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
He needs more of those play from banished cards, I feel.
Dominate with Bravo.
Oh, thanks. Tunic, yeah. Caesar's on my Tunic.
And then we'll pay 4 for a Dominate Spawner Crush. 9. If it does 4 or more, you can't have go again.
I can't. Is it dominated?
It is dominated.
You did say that out loud, didn't you?
Yep.
Do I have less health than you yet?
No.
Getting there, though.
About to be. Can you use that armor?
Oh, right. I can only block with 1 card. That's still a thing?
Yeah. Dominate.
Okay, right.
It's real.
Right, yeah. All right, let's go 3, 4, 5, 6. Take 3.
You know what to do?
Yeah.
Call me in the morning.
Etc. Calls are being made. Calls coming from inside the arena. That's pretty funny. Actually, I'll probably say that again.
Calls coming from in the arena. Can I go ahead and put one of these cards in my arsenal?
Debate
after I draw?
Funny, actually. Not even sure that's true. Okay. I've got 2 lanes. Where's Tulane University? New Orleans?
Nolans. Isn't it? Isn't that where David went to swim?
I don't know. I lost track of him.
He's a professor in Texas right now.
Very good.
Archaeology.
Very good.
Tulane is in New Orleans, Los Angeles. Just kidding. Louisiana. LA.
Okay, I don't like that. It's because you dominated me. This was not exciting.
It can be Bravo's ability, using it at the right moment, is in and of itself a skill set.
And the key is you just need to know your opponent's hand. I've found that's probably the most effective way to know when to use it.
That's why I installed that mirror.
Okay, yeah, I can get into this. I'm gonna go the old-fashioned way here. I'm gonna pitch a yellow Warrior's Valor. Play a red one.
Ooh.
The little whoppity doodle there.
So much valor.
6 coming at you. Nothing floating.
It's glorious. And it only gets go again if it hits.
That's right. So the key is you just don't let it hit. Yeah, is the key.
Genius.
Yeah. That's really what we need to... Don't you feel like that's ultimately the thesis against Warrior? If you don't let it hit, then they can't swing again. Usually that's...
It's kind of like that one time after a tournament. You were talking to Tim and you were like, there's a really important concept here. You wrote something down, and slid the paper over. It's all about winning.
It's just...
Keep that in mind, Tim.
Just keep it in mind.
It changed his life.
That's why he's playing Ninja. He took that lesson to heart.
We were testing Ninja in Prism, and he kept just beating me up with Ninja, and I was like, play that.
Play that and play the thing that's winning.
It's good. Okay. So...
Do you know what to do about this yet?
Block for 9?
You think so?
Yeah.
That's correct.
You can route me is the worst case scenario, which is fine. Otherwise, you probably can't get the go again. I take no damage. It's fine.
Honestly, I think on a basic level, if you see anything but a blue being pitched, you can probably assume they don't have a lot of money for the hand.
Because they pitch the blue otherwise.
And so the worst case scenario would be 2 of the 0 cost plus 3s, but that's 3 damage and we go to the next round.
Yeah, because you don't have resources
doesn't
to
matter.
pay for the second swing.
Yeah.
So
it's really about money.
That's
why I think hamstring shot tripwire trap is the answer.
There it is.
I'll take it to my grave.
We have finally arrived. Block for 9.
All right, you did successfully block for 9.
It's just such a grindy game.
It really is.
I'm not built for this. I'm not patient.
You're
enough.
supposed to be built for that. You're
I'm saying
Bravo.
personally.
Oh, as a person.
I like
I'm
to
built
swing
for
the
this.
hammer,
This
you
is
know?
funny.
But man, it just takes time. I got bored earlier. It's like, okay, like, let's go.
Man, great. We're on the opposite side of the spectrum. I want to grind it out, man.
Yeah.
Making that smoothie.
Well, a smoothie machine would be nice to have around.
A blender?
Same thing. They make more proper blending devices for smoothies, right?
I've got a smoothie machine at home. It will also make other things. It'll blend almost anything. Yeah.
Cool.
Spinning blade.
Put Dorinthia in there. Okay. Now the question is...
It's so funny. Okay, yep, nope, I'm good. Now you got one card. What are you going to do? Swing it for 4? Yeah, that's smart. See, you're playing that grindy game.
That's what I'm saying. I just hate it.
Just on the grind.
I just want to swing a hammer, you see.
I just want to swing.
I miss my circus days.
I'm going to use this here, Tunic. It's Dawn Blade with Go again for 3.
Card's name?
3?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, this here. I won't block. Eat your first reaction.
I'm not going to react. You got me.
Okay.
Pitch. Nourishing.
That's the worst. I'll take 6.
Taking 6, +1 intelligence until the end of the turn.
Zach, who are you going to bring to the first calling other than Steven? So we have like several Saturday jam sessions, and I'm playing in 3 tournaments between now and that. And I think the Road 2 season in terms of meta is really important, but I'm probably on Viscera or Bravo. Depends on how I'm feeling about the meta. Sleeping Gloom says he loves the promo Arcanite Skullcap.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pulled that one just the other day. It's a first edition, too.
That's right. All right,
In the first edition promos, they have the label facing vertically, and then in the Unlimited, it's facing horizontal.
That makes sense. That's very clever of them to do. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a Blessing Deliverance.
It worked
I've
out
got
so
a 3
well
cost
last
here,
time, you know?
so I'll draw a card.
I'm getting some serious signals over there.
What kind?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I know they're signals. I just don't know what they mean.
I'm going to pitch 3.
You have to play the card and then pitch, please.
I'm going to. Well, I'm going to create a start. No, I'm going to pitch 3. There it is. Mango for 8.
You trying to take my bolters? Is it dominated?
No, you can cover it up.
I got 5 cards. I better. My Skullcap not online yet?
No.
Golly.
You took it right off just now. You hit me too hard. Your helmet fell off. Puck asked if I'll be singing during the plays at the calling. Do I sing on stream?
The Gaston song.
Yeah, I played Bravo, sure. Wade says Steven's the singer here.
I do sing a lot.
I thought you said Stinger.
He's the real stinger.
Puck says I said viscera, and he heard glycerin.
Glycerin. Okay, well, yeah, we gotta do this the old-fashioned way, don't we? I'm not losing those bolters.
Dan says it sounds great, by the way.
Oh, thanks. 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Nothing.
You got it.
You can mangle all of it.
There was a part of me that wanted to just create a Sarge, swing the hammer for 6, and put the card in Arsenal. But I want to get your armor out of the way. Know what I mean?
It hits by 4, I get mangled.
Yeah.
Just block.
You want to take some damage?
Yeah.
Put your skull cap back on?
Just take 2. Just take 2. Or, ooh, even better. Yeah, I'll just take 2. I may have already done that. I can't remember. Okay, over to me here. Flip this boy. Swing with this Dawn Blade for 1. 2 floating. Snaky. Snaky.
Watch 3. I didn't think of that. Visceray.
We'll glint it.
He's got to go again.
No, it doesn't. Wait, I can't do that. Because I got to hit with this thing.
That's right. Welcome to the trap.
All right. Yeah, you got all that equipment. What's up with that? Why is this happening?
Wait a second. This is supposed to be easier.
What the heck? All these stupid cards.
All right. Blessing and Deliverance. Let's see if my deck got built better this time. I got 2 out of 3.
I got 2. Oh, not to be 2.
Good to know. Ugh.
I'm going to have to go through serious Tunic school. I'm going to have to sit there for hours just adding a die to it so I get in the habit of it.
You love to see it.
I'm levitating you. You seen that Dua Lipa Tiny Desk at home? Whatever. I was very impressed. Extremely impressed. Wildly impressed. Crazy good, man.
Let's pay 2 for a Stonewall Confidence. Let's pay 1 for a Sarge. What are you impressed by?
Dua Lipa? The Tiny Desk thing.
Musician?
Yeah. So it's so good, man. It's so good. Truly good.
That good, eh?
I'm not pulling your chain on this one. You still haven't seen that Taylor Swift documentary.
We're getting there.
Yeah. I don't know how it's possible, honestly.
Here we are.
It's absurd. It's hard to believe.
I don't know. Let's swing with the hammer, paying 1 and 3. So we have 1 floating.
You're getting 6 there, winner? 4
Yeah,
or
swing
6.
for 6.
Yeah. I do want to turn that hat on.
Good chance. Your hat's already on. I gained health.
Oh, where'd that come from?
My Blessing and Deliverance. The real question is, where did it go?
Kind of idea situation.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out on this. I'm going to take 6. I did that last time. It worked out, right?
Right.
Well, hold on. You got this your big dad turn here, where you block for 5 on everything?
That's right.
Okay, hold on. I'll block this. 6 is coming in, just straight up.
Yeah. Smart. He's a smart cat.
It's not the Steel Blade turn, I can tell you that. You don't Steel Blade into Stonewall Confidence.
Into the beefiest beef on this side of Texas.
There's so much beef there, it's crazy. Okay. Yeah, this is all fine. Ugh! Man, sometimes you gotta make the hard choices though, don't you? Sometimes you gotta get rid of the Crippling Crush, sometimes you gotta get rid of the Supremacy.
Ooh. That seems hard to believe. No matter what I have.
I'm just gonna carry it with me for the next 3 turns and wait for the right moment again.
I mean, can't you just play it next round?
You want me to play Silver Supremacy into Stonewall Confidence?
If you're discarding it, you may as well.
But it's doing 3 here. I think it's gonna do 0 next turn.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think you're gonna block with 2 cards on a 10. And I'm going to say...
That is what I would do, yeah.
I can't beat that.
I can't beat it. Agreed. Nothing can stop us now.
Okay. I'm blocking with 6. The hard way.
You got it.
All right, Tunic.
This match will go to time a lot.
Well, we will, but we have a good time when we play.
Got him.
All right, 5 Dawnblade coming at you. If it hits, I get go again, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't have any high-cost cards in your hand. That could also be the case.
It's not true.
Anyone ever had a hot dog with pico de gallo on it? I'm going to try that tomorrow. Apparently it's common. It's like some people are really into it. Pico dogs.
I had no idea.
Pico dogs.
All right. I'll block for 5.
+3.
Think below.
All right. Sync on.
I won't trigger its effects. This pops.
Yeah, everyone's saying, okay. It's real good.
Glyph says it's popular in
It's
California.
great. Popular in California. Okay. You have avocado on it?
Always.
That's all I know about California.
Swing the hammer for 4.
No blocks. Reactions?
Pass. You got it.
I'm beginning to think I need to run this card.
Think below.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, it blocks 4, and then it has a good way of making your hand better.
Yeah. It does those things.
I mean, just read it.
I'm no scientist.
I just read the card. All right, money up.
Michael says Stonewall is a depressing card to play against.
Pitch for Red Warriors Valor Dawnblade.
I'm so sick of it. I'm just kidding.
It just keeps coming.
All right.
One card in hand, 1 resource. 1 resource on the tunic. Shirt has the sleeves rolled up. 2 rolls. Shorts are on. Shoes are actually off currently. Coffee's empty. Green die on a 4 over here on the side of the table. Azalea deck here. Seem to be in the garbage. What kind of a person likes struggle? Because why do I do this to myself?
What do you mean? Not play Dorinthia?
Well, just play... I think they're literally the 2 worst heroes in the game.
Azalea and Levi.
Yeah. Like, not even, like, it may not even be close.
It's a weight training belt.
Yeah, but when do you take it off, I guess, is the thing I struggle with. You just drown in it. All right, time to run the 400 meters of the Olympics. It's like, well, I got my concrete shoes on. So
sometimes that's what you have to do. Okay, I'm going to block with these. You get first reaction.
These, but that implies plurality. When you want the crater fist?
My crater fist.
Fists?
Fists.
Yeah, of course I'm not going to react to that.
I'll sink below red.
It can resolve. I won't respond to you playing the card.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what I want to do.
Now, here, is Ryan out there? When you play sink below, you have to expressly pass priority, right? So you could do sink below, I say yes, you say yes, it resolves. Or I say yes, it resolves. Then you have to pass priority manually back to me before I get a chance to react. So you could do reaction, 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 reaction. You know?
That's why I have you around.
But like, it doesn't, functionally right now, it doesn't really matter, but.
And then I won't trigger its ability.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Man likes his cards. Oof. You're going to be right on that cap math. It's annoying. I'm just going to get it over with. I'm going to respond with an out for blood. +3, going to 9, tier 6. Cost me 1.
I will take 3. I'm still out here technically.
That's right. Take 3. These guys are technically gone. Has go again now, and he hit, etc. So then we're going to swing Dawnblade for 4 because you're out for blood. Did you defend from hand? Is that sync, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Play sync below. Pass. Attacker passes. Resolve. Then, Ryan, after that resolution, does Zach have priority in that moment? Or does it come back to me? I think Zach still has priority. You're Zach.
I am Zach. Let's go 3, 4.
You got it.
Suboptimal.
Okay,
Right.
Attacker has priority after a card resolves. Okay. Turn player. Good. That's good to know.
Sarge. Swing the hammer for 4.
Swing the hammer for 4. Block for 3.
Take 1.
Take 1.
Call me in the morning.
That's right. That's interesting. Spoils Dawnblade. 1 floating. 5 will go again.
Cards in hand.
1. I'll go ahead and do this tunic as well.
Yeah. No block.
No reaction.
Take 5.
Swing it again.
Okay. Let's not block. You get first reaction.
Pass.
Sink below red.
You got it. Throw this in the arsenal.
This pops.
Okay. Michael, don't forget your copper tokens. It's good. You technically that can matter, but
Create a Sarge. Command and Conquer.
Command and Conquer, he says. Well, you don't know. CNC.
It's Dynamite.
That's right. I'm going to ditch another Steelblade Supremacy just to prove a point. 6. They're all good cards at a certain point. They're all just cards, aren't they? Tunic up. Pitch. Spoils Dawnblade. 1 float. 1 in the arsenal.
Has go again built in.
It does. But if you block it, I can't swing it again, is the thing.
Let's go 2, 5.
That's right. Has to go again, but I'm not using any of it.
That's right.
I gotta tell you, those 2 blocks are so good against Dory. That's 3 instances of 1 card.
Yeah, I'm a real fan of the Brick House.
I should run that in Ranger.
Yeah, that'd be great. Sarge pops. We will create a new Sarge. We will dominate with Bravo. And then we will Crippling Crush for 11. Man, that has been an arsenal for a minute. And I kept drawing reds and yellows. And look at this. All the reds that I've been just having to play. Anyways, I've just been waiting for blues.
It's there, baby.
Even last year, I took 5 and then did a Command and Conquer back because it was just like, I just got to get these cards out of my hand.
Okay. You got no cards in hand there?
Nope. Just the old Dominate Crippling.
Interesting. Okay. Let's do block with CNC. And then reactions. You don't have any, do you? Shunt for 6. I'm going to cover up 9. Take 2.
Nice. He's been waiting for that.
It was there.
I was waiting. You were waiting. Lebowski was waiting.
Everybody was. Maud was waiting. Mom was waiting. Papa was waiting. Out for blood. Dawnblade naked. 2 floating. Curating humanism, saying Pico dogs are best dogs. Straight salsa is also great. All right.
I will not block.
Yeah, Mark, you got it. No block. I'm going to crack the bolters.
Take 3.
And I'm going to tunic Dawnblade again for 3. Second attack.
Big question from Ubiquitous. Hey, Covenant, I'm an experienced CCG player, but my local store can't get in any fab starters for me to try. What's the main draw of the game compared to others?
I think this game is like nothing else.
Yeah.
I think it goes deeper and better and more intoxicatingly. It took a year for me to truly appreciate what was going on.
And I still feel like I'm learning every day.
I've never seen the same cards do so different things based on my mindset.
I think if you're a seasoned CCG player, the things that are really appealing to me are it's not a game where you build a board that gets bigger over time. You start at your peak and your characters get more tired through the fight. It's got an RPG element in the vein of you pick a character, you build their armor, you build their weapon, and you kind of get to pick all that kind of stuff about it. And then from a collectability standpoint, they very much understand how to create a game that's actually collectible. And so and it's collectible in a way that isn't maximum annoyance to people that just want to play the game. But also people that do enjoy the collecting and the high value cards and all that kind of stuff. All of that's built in and it's done exceptionally well, from the organized play to the actual booster packs and the way they do all that.
Yeah, totally. Michael, you're right. There's no reason to use the tunic over this. You should always use this. I just feel like I need to use it because it's at 3.
And this is your second swing?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the reasons to use is that you can get faster to clicking back up again.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like if you have 2 here, it doesn't. You would rather have this on 3 because the fastest way to click it up is to not ever use it. Does that make sense? You're going to get the same outcome in the game, but you're going to have an empty tunic or a non-empty tunic.
Yeah.
I'd take the non-empty tunic for sure.
I won't block.
All right. Take 3. I'll get my sweet counter.
That's what I wasn't supposed to allow.
That's right. See, that's why, if you use the counter there, you wasted your counter.
Sarge
Michael
Pops.
knows what's up.
We're going to create a new Sarge.
Ubiquitous, if you're looking at L5R, this is a great fit for you. Just phenomenal fit.
Let's dominate with Bravo. No, let's not dominate with Bravo. 2 floating. I remember. I remember my plan. Let's play a Mangle for 3, 2 floating. Don't worry about it.
2 floating with a pummel there, huh?
Probably not.
Well, I'll definitely take you up on it. It's dominated there?
Not dominated.
It's not.
Nope. You can get all up in it.
Block for 12 or block for 8, huh? I like those bracers, but at the same time, it's like, you know, just use them. I'll be doing that currently. Let's just start there.
Throw them in the fire.
Got 7 left.
Ryan says he's coming for your bracer, Steven. He's going to rip them right off.
Yeah.
I like that visual.
I see you.
We're fighting, and I just...
Yeah, I'm just going to go to... I'm going to block for 7 there.
7?
Yeah.
You knew it. 4 for the pummel, going to 12.
There it is. You got me. So I'll take what?
5. Discard a card and lose your bracers.
5. Bracers. Card is going to be the dollars. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating you. Gets in your head. It's the greatest show I've ever recorded in a mango, as somebody once said in my life. Pitch this blue overpower.
I've done...
Naked Blade for 4.
I don't know how I've only done 8.
You've done not much damage.
13? Yeah. For 4?
I did a little more blocking this turn. Puck's saying you should do more damage.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Have you considered that, actually, as a strategy? Against Dorinthia, I think there's 2 main concepts that are important. You need to not let her do damage, and you need to do a lot of damage to her.
Agreed.
I think if you can do those 2 things, you're going to have a good shot at it. That might be a good strategy for all heroes, come to think of it. It's a breakthrough.
I'll block for 9.
Are there 2 Command and Conquers down there?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to route.
I thought you had a route.
Well, you know, either have it or they don't.
Yeah, I gotta make you use it.
Alright. So go to 7 and I'll bounce a disable.
I'll take 1.
Take 1. I keep my token.
Ryan, double CNC block. Woo! Alright. Mine. Surge
Yeah.
pops.
That's right, Mike.
I'll create a surge, swing the hammer for 6.
You just won't stop, will you?
Nope. He can always swing the hammer.
Just won't stop. How much is it for 4? 6?
Did you see Michael's comment?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so funny. Ryan says we're playing New Zealand style.
Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we?
Yeah, I get it. Take no risk.
I'm taking 6.
Yeah, you are. Look at that.
He asked for it, and you did it.
You put your helmet back on. Found that skull cap somewhere in the alley. Now it's time for me to find a staunch response. Let's go.
Steel Blade.
Oh, no.
Dawn Blade for 4 plus whatever it is. 6. 6 coming at you. With no arsenal, it's the time.
Just mathing over here.
Mathing ain't easy, you know.
You're at 6.
6. Not a great break point. But it's like, you know, people talk about that, but it's like 6 is still better than 5. Strictly.
It is.
Like, your opponent's psychology is their business. It's still a higher number.
I will not block you get first reaction.
I do not have any reactions.
Okay. I'll pay 2. Staunch for 7.
Right there out of hand?
Right there at hand, man. Sometimes you just draw the hand that forces it.
All right, I'm going to go to 10.
Me? As for me in my house, we're going to 14, baby.
You got
To
it.
the moon. That's my little hand, though, so that's fun.
You got it.
I got rid of that token and got through a steel blade.
You did. Yeah, you... I was not expecting the double staunch response.
It was
from him.
very staunch. It's your turn. Ryan Irv says 6 is better with 5 with the number of 2 blocks they are
Yeah,
releasing.
there's a lot of 2 blocks coming in.
I'm a sexy dinosaur saying, as someone who played competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, I explain those games in that it feels like you're fighting with an army, or in Fab, it feels like you're punching each other in the face. That's right, Ryan. The staunchest of responses.
Literally the staunchest. All right, two in the pocket there. Coming at you naked, 3.
You know what we say about a naked 3?
Don't ever touch it.
You just take it. No blocks.
All right, pay 1 for a stroke of foresight.
Ooh, hot dog. Take it. 6. Holy macaroons.
I'm out for blood red there.
9. Take it. I'm starting to think we should take Lent out.
It's not doing anything. I can't ever draw it at the right time.
It's just sitting there. Is it in your hand?
This isn't right. This is just kind of a hilarious thing to do. I don't feel like I want Twinning Blade in my arsenal. Does that make sense, right? I don't want either of these in my arsenal, so let's just get them done. Well, Twinning an arsenal, is that interesting? That's fairly interesting. You have to go again and twinning out of it? Yeah, I don't have that. Let's tune it for a +1, the blue out for blood.
Wow.
Let's go to 10.
Take 10.
All right.
Call you in the morning.
Put that in there.
Wow.
Sometimes you don't need to go again, you know?
This is what's crazy though. A blank 3 turned into 10.
Well, you're just supposed to know what's in my hand. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. I keep saying it over and over.
Okay, I'll remember that.
It's like nobody's listening, you know? You ever feel that way?
What?
Man.
Oh, it's too much. It's honestly too much. Okay. Well, in that case,
10 life later. Turn that alarm off there.
let's pitch.
Get down to business. To defeat.
We're gonna play a
Attack
6
button.
damage buckling blow. If it deals 4 more damage, I'm gonna put a -1 armor counter on something.
Get this out of here, man. What is this blue garbage?
Dominic says that's the best joke. What? Did I make a joke?
Probably.
Oh, I said what? What'd you say?
I don't know.
About dominate? No, it's not dominate. This is not a dominatable attack, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not what this moment's for.
Six gets you a -1 armor there. Well, I'm just going to do it myself. You could mangle the tunic later. That'd be interesting.
I could.
I mean, this is a pretty good hand.
On 12 health, there's not much of a later.
This is a pretty good hand. You got 1 card. That's a defense reaction for Arsenal. That's what that looks like to me. From down, literally from 1,000 miles away. That's what that looks like. You did not dominate that, right?
Nope. Just a cash 6.
Oof. We don't like this stock. Here we are, though. You got 2 floating.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you got that pummel.
That could also be a pummel, yeah. You know. That's what it looked like to me more than it looks like a defense reaction I'm saving.
Yeah, I was just worried about the bad things. All right, you can, prove it.
Michael says it almost feels disrespectful when your opponent just attacks you with the blue.
Yeah, I know, right? Prove it. I'm going to take 3. Unless you got it.
Pummel.
All right.
Going to 10.
You went to 10. So I'm going to take 7.
Yep. And I'll put a -1 here.
Yeah, I really should have put that in there, shouldn't I? You get that one for free.
And you discard a card.
I'll discard the route there. No defense reaction, though. Well, isn't that interesting?
Can't always draw them.
Okay. Well, you've done a pretty good job, honestly.
Much as I'd like.
Hit and run, blue Dawn Blade with Go Again. 2 float. 1 in the arsenal, no in the hand. 1 in the arsenal is worth 2 in the hand.
I always said that.
As they say. It is probably frontline scouts against Dorinthia. Look at her hand. See what she's got. Play accordingly.
Coming in for 3, eh?
Yeah. I feel like at some point I will run frontline scout. And it'll be good, but not good enough. You know? It's one of those cards. Maybe that's the key to Azalea. Maybe I just look at their hand. And then just be like, oh, that's how they're going to beat me. How to approach that like a calling. What are some recs you guys have from all your experience with long events? Water bottle?
Yep.
Backpack of some kind or something to just keep your
bag.
stuff in? Because it's really annoying to try to keep track of everything otherwise.
And especially if you have high value cards, like a bag that is zips real well. So someone can't just sneak.
Yeah, you don't want you sneaking.
Good shoes.
I would take a couple. Good shoes is nice. I would take a couple of like Kind bars or.
It depends on what kind of temperament you have, but
A lot of water. Drink water.
It depends on where you're at, but you're going to be indoors, and so if it's hot outside, they'll have the air on. If you get cold easy, be aware of that. If you get hot easy, be aware of that, et cetera, et cetera. And if it's cold outside, they're going to have the heat on, like the whole thing.
You probably do a lot of talking, so like cough drops or mints or something can be pretty helpful. I feel that sometimes on the stream, just talking to the void that is the live chat. I'm never telling you. No.
Let's block for 6.
All right, we're going to twinning.
Okay.
Swing again.
For 3?
Yeah. You like this? You like this yet?
Block for 3.
You got it. Covered her up. Covered her rat up.
Card in the arsenal pass.
He's a really good broad like Kale.
Mm-hmm. We're back around.
Right hit and run. Swing with Dawn Blade. 2 floating.
Christening?
2.
No block.
You got it. Take 3. Go again. 1 for a Warrior's Valor. 1 to swing at 6. 1 in hand. No money. Joshua, it looks like Zach's probably going to Orlando. I'm unlikely to go for a lot of reasons. Listing, that's correct. Azalea's biggest problem, well, that's hard to actually say, but you're bound by the cards that you draw because you can't arsenal something for multiple turns and set anything up. So it's just like, I hope this hand isn't all arrows, or I hope this hand isn't all pumps, etc. If it hits, I'll get go again. Finish with the snatch. Can you imagine? My Dorinthia. Ryan, you're running the snatch in your Dorinthia deck? DM Armada, we will be at Vegas. Will you be at Vegas? Also, don't eat garbage at an event like that. It's so easy. Everyone wants to feed you garbage at events and conventions and stuff. It's like you put away that, cheese coney or whatever about 1 o'clock. Your next rounds are not going to be good. All right, great. Hey, we'll see you there. That'd be cool. Record a video on a phone or something.
Yeah, it's 6.
Hey, look. It's Steve Romano.
I'm gonna block for 2.
That's the weirdest block in baseball. You have a sink below? You didn't act like you had a reaction. I'm going to pass all of the things that are passable.
Pass. You pass the defense or the reaction action? I'll pass. Take 4.
Oh my gosh, what? What madness is this? Who blocks 2 for no reason?
So if I block nothing, you can kill me if you pump for 3.
Yeah. Nice point.
Not that I think you can, but I don't want to just die. And I don't have enough here to ever just block your sword. So they're not that productive. It's kind of just an insurance policy.
Not dying is definitely one good way to win.
Yeah.
Right. I'll put this here, and then I'm going to draw my...
I'm going to create a Sarge. Then I'm going to play out muscle. 6 with go again unless you block with a 6.
Well, I just so happen... I don't have a 6. Okay. Man, this card slaps, man.
It does slap.
That's like it's so annoying. But your follow-up is what? It's a hammer? You're going to follow up with a hammer. Hammer for 6 is the follow-up there?
You know it. No one swings that hammer like bravo. Let's go.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right, well, this gets kind of interesting, actually. Uh-huh. All right. I'm going to pitch... I'm not going to defend with anything. Do you have any attack reactions?
Pass.
Okay. I'm going to pitch to shunt that for 6.
Okay. Swinging the hammer for 6.
Oh, but I need to do this differently.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. I'm going to sink below that for 4.
Take 2.
I will be calling you in the morning. I'm not going to use sink below at all. I'm going to take 2, though. And then I'm going to shunt the hammer.
I'm going to pass. I'm just kidding. I'm going to swing the hammer.
Take 1. Covered her on up.
That would be great, though.
Man, you guys, you've been spending too much time with Tim, man. You guys are on a similar page now. It's like disgustingly.
Yeah, we've been hanging out more to the fab.
Oh, man. I don't know if this is right. Swing Dawnblade, 2 floating. Am I supposed to do something? No, I think that's it, right? Yeah, 2 floating.
No block.
Really? Well, yeah. Okay, we'll try it. +3.
Removable.
You got it.
So I take 1.
Take 1.
It's fine.
That's fine. Everything's fine. This is going exactly as I planned.
Basically, if you don't have a reaction there, I have an insane turn. If you do, I at least don't die.
Yeah.
But man, I wanted that insane turn. I could taste it.
Only occasionally do I have a reaction, really.
Yeah. All right. Pitch 3, swing a hammer for 6.
I will pass my defense step and go to reactions. Do you have any reactions?
Pass.
Okay. I'm going to play Sink Below.
Mm-hmm. Chris Sandy plays first game of the day with real cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's better.
And then I'm going to shunt that for 1 damage.
Oh.
This one off of the...
I'm going to die to my own hammer.
I'm going to save the tunic. No, I'm going to use the tunic on that.
Gotta go.
Got it. Pitch twinning. Pay 1 for Dauntless blue. Swing with Dawnblade. 4 defense reaction costs 1 extra.
I will. Interesting. There's no real downside to letting you hit me for 1. And the question is, what do I do with 9?
Just 1 steel blade shine away, baby.
As he looks through his discard pile. Just don't swing the hammer anymore.
Yeah, the hammer's too risky.
Yeah, I think that's a smart play. Let's block for 3.
All right.
Take 1.
Yeah. Well, you've only seen 3 shunts of blue and red.
Let's see if Bravo can weasel his way out of this.
That'd be cool. I would love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
The crowd would love it.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
All right, let's create a Sarge. 2 floating. We'll dominate with Bravo. 1 floating. We're going to swing Spinal Crush. 9 with Dominate deals 4 or more. You can't gain Go Again, and everything with Go Again loses it on your next turn.
Okay.
Puck, you definitely need to be careful not to drink so much that you do have to go to the bathroom constantly, but a lot of times these big convention centers will have plenty of bathrooms.
Taking 6.
All right. By the way, we're at the point in my deck where I definitely intentionally pitched the cards that I'm seeing.
All right.
Which
Big
is
money,
fun.
no whammies.
16 in the middle name.
Pitched Naked Dawnblade for the lethal. What's this? Oh, you're just reminding me? It's very nice of you.
I'm a friendly guy, unlike you. You'd be like,
yeah, so true.
Covered up.
Yeah. Oh, you think you have a go again? Well, you didn't track the game state, so I'm not even going to take tokens. I'm not even going to pitch my cards. I'm just going to put them over there face down, and they have to guess how many resources.
Old Naked Blade, eh?
Naked Bladey.
Naked Blade. All right, I will declare.
There's just a million things this could be. It's like absurd. I hate this. I hate this character. Well, I kind of like it.
It's fair. I won't block you at first reaction.
So I'm currently killing you, so I will not react.
Okay. I'll pitch a blue. I'm going to go red staunch for 7.
How many more cards you got in your hand?
2.
For 7.
So if you ordered 2 Crucible Unlimited separately, they'll ship separately. Those are locked in once those get ordered.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. I'm out of routes, man. I'm all out of routes. I'm so lost without you. So then. So it is. So I can go to... Yeah. So I'm going to pitch here and go to 9.
I die.
Yeah.
Drat!
Yeah. It does give me a small amount of excitement that I'm not the only one struggling with Dorinthia.
Yeah. Honestly, that makes me wonder, that game, if I could honestly just outlast you if I wanted it.
Yeah, just block it all. We should test that next.
Your deck's getting real thin over there.
We should test that next.
Yeah,
everyone wants Bravo to do that. Maybe you can do that. All right, I got to scoot.
Yep. All right, hey, more next week. We're going to keep testing and diving in.
Next time, who are we doing? What's the hero we're doing? Are we going to keep spending time on Dory, or what are we going to do? We're going to look at Katsu?
I feel like...
Can we look at Chain? Everyone's freaking out about Chain. You want to look at Chain?
We should probably look at Chain.
Let's look at Chain.
We'll keep going down the meta.
Although, honestly, whatever fever dream Jason's running on that Devastation series, I can't... I'm not in a position to evaluate that deck. So we should probably at least build it and try it.
Yeah.
And flail
Yeah, I
around with
agree.
it.
We'll be continuing to test the meta and the gauntlet, as it were, all throughout the next couple of months. So we'll see you next week.
Appreciate you guys.